Thank you very much.
We'll have to keep track of that.
Absolutely will indeed see what goes down on that second Tormentor. Here we go. Game 1, ladies and gentlemen. The next best of 3 of the day is Liquid versus Aurora. And we got some fun stuff coming out. Both these drafts, they look kind of good, bro. We had some one-sided stuff going on earlier in the previous series. This one, I'm seeing a lot of potential, a lot of team fight, a lot of everything coming out from both of them.
Huge wombo combo. Yeah. Huge counter initiation from both sides. You know, Tidehunter, talk about it a million times. The combo breaker versus Magnus, it's been like that throughout eons of time. But there's a lot of team fight coming up from the side of Aurora. The Fatal Bond, explosive damage if they can get the connection. That being said, though, Liquid, they do have some preventative measures, depending on the positioning from Tide for counter initiation, Slark getting his shard, being able to save buddies, and yeah, let's see what build also Boxy can go for this game. I'm curious to see. I think there's so many different potential builds you can do on these Weavers, so.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to see this one. I feel like from performance so far, Liquid's plays impressed me more, but when it comes to these two drafts, I actually kind of prefer Aurora's here.
Yeah,
It's Mag PA, they've got a Warlock. It just seems great. You know, seeing those first 3 heroes come out on a draft feels pretty good.
Nisha looking at pretty dead. Is he gonna actually get away?
He might be alright. They might actually be able to turn and get a kill first. They're looking to try and bring down Mira. Shikuchi forward from Boxy. Boxy's gonna get it. First blood for Liquid. Boxy will die, of course, but yeah, getting that first one, yeah, not quite being able to finish Nisha off there.
I guess the slow, the blood grenade plus the dual breath, they couldn't quite catch up to get that extra bit onto Nisha. We see right there that mechanic that Fear was talking about. That's why we see the Ember and the Puck a lot versus the Pango. You're always able to just phase shift dodge versus that shield crash in lane, besides the other benefits that you do get as the game progresses. Yeah,
so did you sort of like the fact that they still went with this Ember despite the fact this line comes out, that they don't care that catches there?
Yeah, it's the mobility still. Like, there's still a lack of lockdown, right? It's still completely dependent on Tamira, and this hero is still very strong. We did see it suffer a lot, in particular that last game when he was versus the Sniper, but this is going to be a very different one, as we see Nisha have a lot of good games, especially with versus these Pangos.
Oh, Boxy.
Boxy.
Should be alright. That's Shikuchi and a few one charges if necessary.
Getting brought low. It's been difficult for most people to deal with this lane, right? The Warlock PA lane has been pretty much dominating anybody they play versus, but this is probably one of those lanes that can deal with it, because Tidehunter is just fantastic versus the PA in particular.
Yeah, and for the Weaver, right, it kind of takes a misplay to put yourself in a position where you're able to get caught, so.
Yeah, level 1, perhaps just because the cooldown's very long, if they have a sentry and they get a couple extra hits on you, you can get tripped up, but yeah. This should be a pretty solid lane for Liquid. Nightfall should be able to get good farm, but they can absolutely get some kills in this lane on the side of Liquid once they get the bugs online for Boxy. A lot of minus armor.
Yeah, what about this bottom lane? So when you're running with this Lion, so that we don't really see too much, do you sort of have kill potential? Now, how much pressure is going to be put on Mickey?
I think the fact that he has Jakiro, it's going to help him a lot. Slark, though, is one of those heroes that can still suffer in lanes. And Lion, he's a pretty strong hero in terms of what he can do inside the lane. These little right clicks, they add up. I feel like every time I'm watching Lion, he does so much inside the laning phase, just hitting and hitting and hitting. So let's see if he can actually slow down Mickey, because the reason they wanted this Slark is because it's versus the Magnus. And Mickey actually playing that nicely, just hiding in the tree there, getting back up to full HP. So Mickey, I don't think he's going to feel too much pressure down here, actually, because of the Jakiro, now that I'm thinking about it more. Does get skewered.
Yeah, we'll be able to trade pretty good damage into him. So yeah, not really enough to threaten Mickey right now.
Both going at the same time, right? We saw Insania get stunned there from Mira. If Mira wasn't getting hit by Insania, perhaps he can look for Mickey on the side there, but both making similar moves. Saberlight is dropping a bit low up here. He's got the stick charges, so he should be fine.
Yeah, difficult for these two to go for the kill.
Yeah. They get the side pull up as well. See if Panto can secure the last hits. He'll get 1, he'll get 2. Nicely done. And yeah, this game definitely has that, what we were talking about mostly from that last game, so much about just team fight being that important, right? Super late game scaling carries plus heavy team fight to emphasize with it. So the bugs are out, Nightfall. Let to back away. He's got a ton of stick charges though, so he is okay. But that will secure the Lotus, it looks like, for Boxy.
Yeah, good timing for Boxy to make that move.
Yeah, they get the both of them.
Force them away.
Catch, it's onto Mira. Double stun does not connect. Sanya cannot close that gap, though. Mid lane. Nisha going for that slight. And now he is pointing those points in Flame Guard. So like Jenkins said, that's the other thing about this matchup too, is there's no way for you to break that Flame Guard in this mid lane too. For Lornoff.
Yeah, very even so far on the CS.
Dead even, in fact.
Do you sort of see the team bringing in a support to try and make something happen? No, could we get like an early move from Mira,
Probably
trying
Mira.
to catch out Nisha before he hits the 6?
I was thinking Mira for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe even Boxy. The Bugs are actually quite strong, even versus Pango.
Yeah, it does give you the potential to dive.
Swinging over. Looks like they're going to look to secure the rune. Nisha he pops the Flame Guard, trying to ensure that he can get this water rune. He gets it.
And Nisha's able to grab it.
And Lornoff now. Can he distance himself? He gets caught in the chains.
He's looking to be in trouble. The Bugs come in. TPs are coming over. Lornoff's already gone.
Nisha out-clicking him there and getting the chains as he's swashbuckling. It's literally during the swashbuckle, so he's caught on that high ground there. And he's actually... Okay, I was about to say, is he actually going to be able to get the secondary rune? Not going to be the case because the Fatal Bond's actually nearly getting brought down from these imps.
I mean, Panto. He's seeing if he can get in for another Shadow Word.
He might just be able to. He's got it on him. He's got Flame Guard, though, but one more right click.
The right clicks.
Fairy Fire.
One more. Can he get it, Panto?
He's got a slight as well, so he can't. No, doesn't look like he's going to be able to.
Oh, that was close, though.
If Panto had a blood grenade, right?
Oh, that would have done it, maybe.
Been,
yeah.
But I don't believe that they had one up.
A little bit of a pause. See what the issue is here. Just adjusting the chair by the looks of it.
Yeah, looks like it.
Yep.
Cool move from Panto. Does have these 2 black Grimoires, so he's gonna have that level 6 very early, as we always see for the Warlock. The moment that he's able to pop it, he will use it and probably drop a rock on one of these lanes. Saberlight, though, now left in this 1v1. He's able to thrive off of it. Double Bracers finished. Still free farm for Nightfall, but the Tide is also getting very effective farm up here.
We've seen Nightfall get away with this quite a few times before in his PA.
And he's
definitely a very solid pick for him.
It's definitely with a lineup that enables him truly. Fatal Bond, they've got the Empower, they've got the Lucky Shot later on that's going to start applying onto everybody.
This is the thing as well. I feel like in terms of some of the matchups, it's just a pretty good game for the PA. Like, if this PA gets ahead, how are you sort of itemizing on the Slark to sort of deal with the farm PA? You don't really want to be getting that MKB early. Maybe you go for some sort of Bloodthorn build, but we'll have to see what Mikkei's plan is going to be in terms of dealing with that PA down the line, because on bottom, try with the lead in onto Mira.
Let's get the Dark Pact off. There's Boxy also in the area.
Yeah, Mira should be able to chase him down with the Bugs upon him.
Toronto also.
We'll get the skewer back onto Boxy.
Mikkei's looking to dive.
Yeah, they'll be able to just chase him down. Shockwave will slow them momentarily, but they'll clean up the 2 kills. Double for Mikkei.
Big kills. Permanent agi gained. Boxy. His movements, both times connecting now. And yeah, like you were mentioning for the PA, right? He has a lot of things enabling him, and also there's no BKB piercing lockdown. So at some points, Nightfall is going to have a good way to be able to jump in and out of
that's
fights.
the thing, right? Yeah, you can just BKB and kill people.
Yeah.
The PA's scary. It's early days, but we'll have to see what Liquid's plan is going to be against it.
There is a good chunk of mobility, though, right? The Slark and the Ember, they can also reset and kind of kite away depending on how the disables come out versus Nightfall. So not the easiest for him to stick on targets. And also, there's a Tidehunter on the other one, right? So the 3 cores in particular can be a little difficult for Nightfall.
6-minute power in. Boxy going to try and take it away from Lornoff if it spawns bottom, but it's going to be up top. Nisha will secure it.
Nisha's very close to level 6. He's going to have that just a bit faster than Lornoff. Boxy continues to do a lot of scouting here. He sees Panto and he sees Mira. These 2 supports, they look to be very in trouble.
Yeah, Mikkei's ready to connect. Gets the jump in onto Mira. Ice Path follow up onto Panto. More stacks for Mikkei.
That's 4. Nice Ice Path from Insania, but great scout. Boxy, honestly, he's making so much
mid.
So much happen here, but the Invis.
Yeah, tried to make this play here before Nisha hits the 6, but yeah, Invis was at the ready, and now he has hit the 6 with the creep dying, so nothing to be found with this Rolling Thunder.
Early moves from Liquid, just that much more successful. They're even looking to contest the Shrine of Wisdom here. Boxy still sticking as this tri-lane. Toronto, Tokyo going in.
He's got backup coming in, but the ice path down onto the two of them. Toronto Tokyo's in trouble. He's going to get healed up by the Shadow Word. Westbuckle comes in on towards Mickey. Mickey trying to get into the tree line. He's going to get out.
He's fine.
Will survive.
Insania.
He'll take the Shrine of Wisdom. Boxy's able to TP out. Insania.
Is he going to get the... Okay, he's not going to get the...
Yeah, the Shadow Word heal should keep Panto safe. So Insania will die, but it's a lot of TPs. And Liquid, they got the Shrine of Wisdom, and they got their carry out of there.
I mean, Mickey, that was huge. The raindrop, I believe, saving him at the end of the day there. That little extra absorption for him to get the Dark Path and go to the side. Great aggressive play from then. Aurora have to TP to react, and they still don't get that Shrine. Panto eats the Tome. It's not quite hitting him the 6 just yet. He's just shy of it, 52 XP.
They really want to try and get Mickey. See if they can find him before he hits the 6.
Gonna try.
Get the setup. Locking him off as well. Dark Pack comes to an end, so there's the opening for the Hex into the stun. They catch him. Very necessary here. They have to try and slow down his game. Top lane at the same time. Got the Ravage set up onto Nightfall. Has he got anywhere to jump to? Can't get him ready just in time. Is that going to keep him alive? It might just.
Boxy is going to look for the dive. Doesn't have an urn charge. Can he close the gap?
Oh, these jukes from Nightfall.
And Nisha dies on the meanwhile, too. They drop the golem on him.
I mean, Nightfall's going to be fine.
Yep, he gets out.
Healing up with the cornucopia. He's okay. He survives this.
I think he got a couple of Asian procs there, right? That looked like it was the difference maker. Living with 20 HP versus
meanwhile, yeah, what was going on in the mid? Golem dropped.
They golem and rolled on him. They just rolled chain lockdown him. On top of him, now Panto can actually get some tower damage, too. So Aurora responding very nicely. And Nightfall, slippery. Very good moves. Nice in the even early game here. Nisha looking to rejoin the fray behind Mira. Ice Path off the mark.
You can go for the TP out, Mira. Nothing to stop it.
Heads up move.
And Tower continues to get beaten down upon here by the Golem.
Doesn't look like they're going to be able to finish that Golem off either. So they get the mid kill, they survive on the PA, and they get 1,400 damage or more on this tower mid. And he just brings the Golem back.
And with Ravage used, there's much less of a threat for Nightfall up here.
He almost finished the entire tower, down to 100 HP. Okay. Trying to just get some extra stacks built up. Going down the defusal route, so looking for that tempo build. Boxy top.
I mean, they really want Nightfall. It's just not going to happen with this composition of heroes right now. They need more. Maybe with the Ember.
He's got an Arcane. It actually just expires.
It's still risky to dive this. Creepway's been cleaned out. They can't afford to dive the tier 2 now. Maybe if they did still have the Ravage, but with it on cooldown.
Rotations.
They can't go for that sort of play yet, Liquid.
Here comes Lorinov. Mira as well, level 5 on the Lion still. Not quite 6. They'll be able to protect Nightfall. Securing Power Rune. Mira playing around with Lorinov. He's got Rolling Thunder at the ready if they do show somebody here. Nisha will get a Courier Snipe. Who's going to get the luck? Looks like it's Nisha again, getting the Rune. A couple times now.
That's a good one as well this time.
Yep. See where they look to hit again. They've got Golem back in 30 seconds. They want to continue to play around Nightfall, looking to ensure that their carry can get that free farm. Toronto Tokyo can just back up, go to the jungle on the right side, so he should be safe if they just look to play around the PA. And they're going to go top. Saberlight. It's fairly tanky. It's quite tanky, in fact. He's got the Lotus and Ravage.
See if they can finish him. Got another anchor smash off. He has too much work. They don't want to waste any more time trying to go for him. Saberlight's able to walk it off.
Playing very confidently forward versus that lack of damage early on, especially since most of it's going to be physical from them. Golem, though, at the ready. See if they want to use it. Probably wanting to use it on Nisha when they can chain combo with the Rolling Thunder. But Liquid's going to be the ones to smoke and perhaps look for that setup with Nisha, maybe expecting this movement.
Yeah, they've got this Ravage ready to go again.
See the mana draughts being picked up, the most popular neutral item besides the Orb of Destruction on the cores. Nisha will get revealed. Can't quite get the catch there onto Panto. They really want to hang on to this tower here.
That's difficult, though.
Now that Saberlight's turned up. Here comes the wraparound, too.
They get the opening.
Catch.
Setups there, straight into the Ice Path. Macro Power of Insania. Lorinov gets it completely destroyed, and now the space is there for them to take this tower with no chance of a defense from Aurora.
Smart connection there coming from Mickey. He's always going to be able to set up ganks early now that he's got the Fusel. Versus all three cores, the leash is very efficient. It's going to be very effective versus them as Panto.
They could look to try and poke him under the tower. Nisha still with amplified damage rune going. I mean, Panto will drop the golem. Nisha taking a lot of damage, but he has the remnant at the ready, so Nisha's out of there.
They'll take that all day.
A kill wasted. And a golem, yeah.
And Mira, can he play his way out of this one?
I don't know if he can. He's got the stun. But Defusal and Pounce at the ready. This should be another stack for Mickey. This Slark is getting a lot of action out of this early game. 5-1-1, already 6 permanent Agi, just 12 minutes in.
And Boxy quickly shifts over, so he gets the Urn charge as well. He's got a Vessel finished pretty early on. Looks like he's actually pivoting his build, wanting to have that extra catch. I think I like that, actually. Going for this Atos instead, we've been seeing it. I mean, Atos is just on the rise for most heroes, but Panto at least trying to maximize with this golem we see there. Doesn't get killed off, he's able to get some extra farm.
Yeah, they hit the scan, so at a good time as well. Lorinov was about to head up into this area.
Good read.
He won't now. They'll go for a smoke play. They don't have the golem, but they do have the RP and the Rolling Thunder.
They've got the Blink RP as well, too, on the Magnus. See who they find. Do they just settle for Insania? Looks like he actually is able to just walk himself out of this.
It's a little awkward now. They've shown themselves.
That tree line playing to his favor. Not sure if they saw the Blink Dagger, though.
Yeah,
they will in a moment.
Might expect it, though.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Around this sort of time.
And now he shows himself mid, so they should be very aware that that Blink RP is available. Shrine of Wisdom, Liquid. Looking for the potential setup for a steal. Lorinov's trying to finish his timing, it looks like. Wants to get that Defusal perhaps before that next fight, but might want to join his team to ensure that they can get that Shrine. A lot of circles drawn there from Boxy, anticipating the movement.
Radiant are scanning.
There's a lot of Aurora heroes shifting.
I mean, they're definitely going to want to try and hold their Shrine of Wisdom here.
Here comes 2 more heroes of Liquid. See if Toronto Tokyo, he gets scouted, Blinks gets broken.
The bugs out, won't catch on Toronto Tokyo. He's going to try and step up to the Shrine, but Mickey's there ready to battle him. They'll skewer Mickey out of this. He'll use the RP as well to hold Mickey back, but Mickey got the Shadow Dance off. A pounce away. Toronto Tokyo still not quite able to finish up the Shrine of Wisdom as Nisha and Boxy continue to contest it. The Rolling Thunder comes into play. They will finally be able to secure it for themselves. They've killed off Mickey. If they get anything else, the rest of Liquid will be able to run. So Aurora, they come out on top of it. They get the kill, and they keep the Shrine in their favor.
Bringing the numbers. Now Ravage is up, though, and they don't have their ults.
And Liquid don't have Mickey.
They don't want to push forward. Too many heroes are back. Mira. Nearly having the Blink on the line, too, so Aurora responding accordingly. And the slight there we saw, you know, since you're invulnerable during it, that's where it gets Toronto Tokyo the moment to claim that Shrine. Good response. And Nightfall, top of the net worth, he gets involved. He gets the big kill. Gets the last hit onto Mickey. And it looks like he is probably going to rush that BKB, it looks like, since as we were mentioning, no BKB piercing disables.
Just a very, very good necessary move there from Aurora to put everything into that fight.
All right, we got to write it down, Owen. Remember, very important for Slacks here about this Torment, their timing.
Yeah, the second one's the one that Jabs doubted his team's ability to keep up with the timing of. So we'll see if indeed in 10 minutes' time they're ready for that second one, Liquid. They'll get the first.
Very important that we have to point that out. You're welcome, Slacks. Lorinov, very close to the Defusal. Glad that he joined over with the team, though. We saw how successful it was, even though he didn't have that timing. Panto has the Golem.
He's got a lot of backup as well. So Liquid have to be careful about how they poke.
And he's fine. I like this Pavis build. Probably the most popular build on the Warlock, just going for the Solar Crest. One of the few that still does build it. Mickey getting massive crit from Nightfall onto him.
Boxy.
Careful.
Stun's going to be off the mark. The ice buff on Lorinov, but he's able to get the Rolling Thunder off. Boxy, up at the time that sends it back over towards Mirror and can help Nisha take down the Lion.
Lorinov. Okay, we'll be able to bounce himself over the line. Has to just full disengage. Doesn't want to stay in that area. No Rolling Thunder for 80 seconds. The RP is at the ready, though. So is the Golem. So they always have at least some type of ulti to fight if they would like to on the side of Aurora. Boxy. 8-toast finish for Boxy, blink done on Mira. Now they've got a good follow-up to that RP.
They'll RP and Golem this.
And there's that follow-up with
Well,
the
that's done. Into the skewer, back over towards Nightfall. I mean, they drop a lot, but it's worth it. Very cleanly done. Same time up top, Lorinov. With these two of the damage, it's going to just opt for the TP out, but oh!
The neutrals!
They didn't, I mean, it didn't even need the Ravage, maybe, because indeed the neutral stepped in with the intro. Still, though, he's surviving through this. The heal's coming in as well. Ice Path is back up, so finally they will get him.
And Panzo also gets surrounded. He'll go down too. The neutrals.
I mean, yeah, the neutrals were there. You know, Sableye didn't want to be outdone by them, so it's like, well, if you're going to Ravage, I'm going to Ravage.
I was about to say that, you know, they're friends, right? He communicated with them, the Tidehunter. He's like, use your tentacles and I'll use mine. There we go. Boom, got him. Top tower in jeopardy. They've got a glyph available. They will use it at the last second there.
And they're getting good pressure, Liquid, but still the Nightfall grows.
He's got a big separation between him and the Slark.
That's the thing, and we've seen PA be an awful lot scarier than a Slark in this meta. We'll see again up top.
Either way, the TP was going to get canceled, right? The Ravage was going to come out, but yeah.
Because the neutrals got it first.
They did, but boom, the chain stun. Imagine the neutral steals it too. And that, if he didn't Ravage, maybe the neutral would have actually gotten the last hit there. But I don't know. But yeah, Nightfall continuing to have that clear separation. But this game, not worth this close.
Yeah, overall indeed. But yeah, just in terms of carry to carry, I don't know how easy it's going to be for Mickey to carry this game against this PA.
Now we shall see. They are shutting down the Pango quite a lot, though. We've seen now. Lorinov 0-3. Actually struggling quite a bit here. He did get blessed with the Brigand's Blade, so it does at least have that. And it's a brawny one, so a little bit tankier, but yeah, fairly squishy still on this Pango. Has to be careful of his positioning. And there's the Ags. So I feel for Liquid, they definitely want to look to take more fights at a faster frequency, but definitely still having to watch out because they're playing versus 3 big ultis.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
It is always up, it feels. It's all about enabling Nightfall now. Give him the mana, give him the heal, give him the Solar Crest. Of course they both get the Brigands. Liquid, yet to see which tier 2 they've decided for. Essence Ring for Saberlight, Iron Talon for Mikke. Oh, and he got the Alert Iron Talon too, which is very nice on Slark, actually. I always try to point out the night vision ones. It's very hard to sometimes, though, as we don't really get too many of these, like, you know, night vision heroes. But that actually is pretty huge on a Slark. Kind of cool.
I think Aurora, they're kind of chilling. I feel like...
Feels like they are chilling.
Which team do you think would be more confident in their scaling in a game like this?
Probably, I mean, on paper, it would look like Aurora's, but I wouldn't fully count Liquid scaling out either, right? They do have massive minus armor that can come out with Tide Weaver with an Ember and a Slark, so. And Jakiro overall has been a pretty good hero in later stages of the game, too, as a 5. BKB is done, though. Aurora have another big timing they can go for here. And yeah, it is hard to always go against the PA in the later stages, right?
Yeah, they're definitely looking to fight here, but at the same time, Liquid, they're not afraid.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Smoke on smoke.
Who's going to spot who first? Let's in. It's a Ravage onto the 2. They're catching the Lion and does catch Nightfall, but Nightfall's still able to pop the BKB. Turns to Insania, takes out the Jakiro. Mikke, he's got to start running. They get the Rolling Thunder bounce over towards Saberlight. It's the 2 of them dead, and Aurora just lose the Lion, so...
Not what they wanted to connect on.
It was, you know, it was one of those sort of situations where Saberlight, he sort of takes his chances, right? They see the team, goes in, ravages. It does clip Nightfall at the side, but he gets his BKB off. They didn't have enough burst or focus to kill him during that Ravage stun.
No. It's like one of those situations of smokes. It's smoke on smoke break, right? Where you blink and you're like, oh, I might catch 5 heroes.
Exactly. You take your chances.
You just catch the one. Or, well, the 2. You catch the other one on the side.
Yeah, it did get Nightfall.
Lorinov gets the roll. Mikke actually very quick with his fingers to get the Shadow Dance there, otherwise he does die. But Aurora get themselves some nice big kills. Looks like they might lose something as we're back into this game here. Toronto will go down. But a solid strike, and we do see, of course, too, the Shard coming into play there from Nightfall. Always going to be very annoying for something like the Tide Saberlight. He's actually queuing up the Ghost Scepter. I don't blame him. So Blink, Vlad's Ghost Scepter soon to be done there for Saberlight.
Because this is the thing, it's like, even if it's in a cleaner situation where they can throw down more onto the PA, I just don't know if they kill Nightfall right now.
Not with the BKB being still, you know, like 8-9 seconds.
Yeah.
It feels like once it's lower, maybe, but yeah, the BKB is a solid answer to Liquid at the moment. Yeah, so
you can
far.
see, yeah, record pretty good. On the outside, one loss.
Mira, the bugs, there's a nice path. He's dead. Ult's gonna start coming back up though. RP back up in 10 seconds. Golem about 50 seconds, so Liquid trying to get as much as they could out of that downtime, and they did find themselves 2 kills so far during it.
Mickey just looking at his stats up, get the S and Y.
Versus the RP.
The Ags,
sure.
yeah, that for sure makes sense.
And
They're going to need to sort of be able to prolong these fights, right? Because they just don't have that kind of instant burst that's comparable to something when you look at Aurora with this PA, right? Slark can become this terror in the fights, but it's a slow build-up.
I think that's exactly it, right? Either they get like this beautiful Tide Ravage when nobody's near and they try to pop a target with the follow-up, or it's just prolonged team fights. Yeah, keep poking and prodding, use your S and Ys, your status resist, get those S and shift stacks building. But for Aurora, they have very explosive. If they do get like if a big RP comes out, the fight's over. If he gets like 2 or 3 heroes, it likely is just a decider.
You're up.
Comes the clash again. All the ults are at the ready.
We're getting close to that key timing, that second Tormentor. We'll see if
I was going to actually put up a timer for myself to remind myself.
Yeah,
but
it's coming up soon. Liquid in with the smoke, same to be said though for Aurora.
Again, both teams.
And we'll see if they sort of make the call for Saberlight to try his luck again and just go in with a sort of blind ravage.
It's going to be around the power rune, it looks like. It spawns top.
It's going to be top, and it's a good one as well, the Arcane.
That could have been a massive clash right there. Liquid still walking in about at the exact same spot as we saw before.
Nightfall's pretty far forward. There's the Ravage. It will catch on to the 4 of them. Can they burst through Nightfall? He's able to put the BKB up and the RP onto the 3 of them. It's a beautiful one there from Toronto Tokyo. As this fight, it's all Auroras. They can turn over to Saberlight. He'll put the Ghost Scepter, go for the TP out, but the skewer's up. And there we have it, just the perfect counter initiation from Toronto Tokyo. It was a good Ravage. It catches the 4 of them, but bam! The 3-man RP, and then suddenly the setup is there for Nightfall to burst them. They got close to killing Nightfall.
Not quite.
It looked like there was maybe going to be a chance to kill this PA, but they didn't. And if you don't kill the PA, she will kill all of you.
The counter initiation just too damn strong. I mean, Toronto Tokyo absolutely delivering this game. All he really needs to do, get a 2 or 3-man RP, and that one it was picture perfect. Great follow-up, even though he gets caught in the Ravage.
Oh, Mira
Moxie
might have found a little bit of a bonus. Fingers in. Moxie tries to slide away. Does get the time lapse off. So it's going to be a difficult bonus kill. But one that if they've got any stuns, they do. Hex is back up. Another one for Nightfall. That fight, they needed to kill the PA there. They don't kill Nightfall. He's 5-0-5 now, level 19. We'll see it again here.
I mean, watch Tokyo. It truly is all him, right? The Ravage, it's there. They even try to control me. Saberlight doing a great job of trying to get the control, right? Even throws the dead in the water.
And then bam, just BKB off the skewer, and then there's the setup for the 3-man RP. Loronoff's in on top of them with the Rolling Thunder. Golem dropped, everything dropped, and the fight is clean for Nightfall to clean up. It's tough. They need it. They had to kill the PA. I couldn't see how they were going to do it earlier. I definitely can't see how they're going to do it now.
Nope. As the game progresses, it feels that much more difficult for them to do so. As I don't know, how can we even count this? Did they not remember? But I don't know. It doesn't.
I know. I think that counts as Jab's time to do the interview because it was Liquid needed to get it and they didn't get it. So you
go, Jabs.
definitely put that down to Liquid. They took a rough fight at a point where they weren't going to be back on the map and be able to take it. So yeah, no Tormentor for Liquid. Goes the way of Aurora.
Now they've got top 3 net worth on the cores. Their supports are also in a very comfy position. And when you start winning these sequence of team fights, and there's downtime between it, those ults just come right back up for the next fight, so they're going to likely have everything up at the ready again.
How do they... Are we getting any items up soon from Liquid that are going to help in their ability to kill a PA during a Ravage?
No. Not quite as Toronto.
He's out.
Just BKB, you know, BKB the trump card versus this lineup. BKB super effective versus the lack of lockdown through it. Yeah, no big items just yet. Like nothing really.
Maybe they can get Panto. Nope, chains won't connect. Panto's fine.
I think the next big item I would say for them to have that extra catch is like a Hex that comes out. So they have the follow-up, right?
Yeah.
Ravage, Hex, try to change disable him before he gets a BKB or any type of save from his sides. But the damage might just not be there anymore because it's getting close to Satanic and Boxy. He'll get caught again.
Just getting so much on this PL. Yeah, I don't know. From what we've seen, I feel like if I'm playing against Aurora, this is probably the one carry that I really don't want to play against.
Especially with like this type of, you know, these two other chorus, right?
Because these guys are really good with it.
And
yeah.
PA. It's beautiful synergy.
Yeah, they know how to play their PA lineups very well, Aurora.
What's the win rate overall? I know we saw Nightfall stats.
We might be able to bring that up.
Yeah, sorry. I mean, I could look at that.
There you go. Look at that.
Very quick.
65%. That's a pretty nice win rate, right?
On 23 games.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. That's pretty crazy. I know in the beginning of the tournament it was 100% win rate or 80% very early on.
I don't know if we can get this one, but what do you think win rate is with Magnus? Because we've had a few Magnus PA games, right? That's been pretty solid. It's got to be even higher, I reckon.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
We've got Magnus on his own, which is also, of course, very impressive.
High,
You put those two together, that's like 136% win rate, Fog.
That's really good math. I like that. Magnus Ag's done also, so now Toronto Tokyo has an extra element just to be able to catch rather than just having the RP. That game's gotten so much more difficult, it feels like, for Liquid. See how they look to approach these fights. They found Toronto Tokyo.
They have, but I don't think he cares. He's able to get the RP up, but okay, Shadow Dance and the Dark Pack was theirs. This time the RP's not great. Try and TP out, does get stopped by Dead in the Water. So this time Liquid, they'll clean up a couple of kills. Still, Nightfall was able to make sure that he got something on the way out, takes down Insania.
Did they see Panto?
He's still sticking around. Nightfall's ready to look again. They're looking towards Mickey. Rolling Thunder comes in.
They're on him.
They're on top of him. Nightfall's going to be able to finish this off. Another kill for the PA. It's just unstoppable.
He truly is.
Level 22.
Yeah, and even though the RP is awkward, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter at this point.
He is.
Yeah, they're that far ahead. It doesn't matter if they miss all their ultimates, honestly. PA's probably just killing everyone anyway.
Yeah, and a Satanic now finished too, so even stronger. Yeah, Nightfall, look at that. He's even high-fiving. He knows.
He knows
how potent he is.
It's going to take some big mistakes from Nightfall to lose this game right now. This game is all his.
Yeah, Liquid's going to have to, I don't know, it's like you have to try to buy time, but as we said, you know, time can be very difficult for something like PA Magnus. Boxy might just have to do that though, right? Just have to start trying to cut waves, but so far Mira has been hot on his tails every single time.
And it's just with their heroes, right? They're just heroes that build to survive, build for control, but like Ember and Slark, they just don't tend to go for an item build that's going to really step up the damage, right? Yeah, it's all about just trying to live, and ain't nobody able to live against a farm PA. It doesn't matter what you build, the PA is going to kill you.
Yeah, they need, I don't know, like these fights have to last, it feels like, over a minute for Liquid to have a chance to be able to bring down this PA. And even then, you know, that's what PA, you know, just jumps from target to target and explodes them. They will have Shiva's done, so Nisha is still progressing in his build, but still not, yeah, still not that explosive damage. Or Nightfall. Level 22. Ulti's coming back up soon. RP's up in 15. Golem in 50 seconds. And the wave's all in a very good position for them too. They've got mid shoved in, bottom, and top. Mickey even being spotted by that deep ward.
Shove from Mickey will be pretty big. Might be able to bail people out of getting RP'd, you know, give them that level of protection.
He tips him because he didn't find the ward. I mean, he'll be able to potentially save people, but the issue still lies what you were saying, right? The damage. How do they actually bring down like these cores in particular? I mean, mostly the PA. They can kill the other two if they catch them off guard, but...
Time for Insania to queue up that Aghanims. That's what they need. Exit stun!
The catch. They just keep finding Boxy when he's trying to do this type of play. It really is it's Saberlight's Hex, right? It has to be that. But even then, it's like it's an extra form of control.
Can you kill him during the Hex and the Ravage? Yeah. Is that then going to be enough time?
We'll see if it ends up working, but this current state does not look like it is. Toronto, Tokyo. The Ninja Gear, looking for a potential jump if Nisha shows. They're swinging Nightfall.
I mean, Laurenov's here as well. Just going to give them some good info. Nisha's got to be careful. Get the Hex opening. Nisha kind of getting baited by Loronov's presence. They have the RP into the roll. Still surviving though. Nisha, it will live. They'll get the Horn Toss and the Skewer off. Nisha very low. He's out of mana. They'll be able to run him down, finish off the job as Nisha gets taken out once again.
And Mickey,
they've got to run. Mira,
Hexed.
Look at that opening for the Hex. So they will be able to still get the pounce off, so didn't have quite the chance to follow that up. Still Nisha dead for a full minute. As we saw, it took him a bit of time to take down Nisha. You know, he's got the items to survive with the SMY and Shield Scar, but still not enough. They still get him.
It also is what Nightfall wasn't there, right? So if Nightfall was there, then he would die very quickly, right?
That's true. They were doing that without the PA.
So that was with him still connecting over.
Yep.
Ravage will be up for the next fight, and there won't be an RP and a Golem, but they're just getting the push going without it.
And here we go, level 24 PA, very close to the 25.
Now, I mean, Saberlight, the Ghost Scepter now no longer going to be able to protect you. They can fully break and just commit onto him. Same thing for the other supports as we see Ghost Scepter and a Glimmer on Insania. The answers are there for now. A solid game plan from Aurora and their execution. It's been solid. Onto the next lane.
And I say an unsurprising one as well, right? This isn't the Aurora that we've been seeing, right? As we had on the stats, they've done this 5 times with the PA.
It might be one you just have to either take away or pick up yourself.
I think it's his best right now with the way that they play. It just works perfectly with their style. Just building around Nightfall's PA.
Yeah, and Liquid, you know, opting to go for a bit of a different one, a less popular one, but the one that has been banned in some situations, the Slark for Mickey.
Yeah,
he did get a lot of early kills, but after that, it just doesn't feel like he really does much damage.
True, the lane was pretty good. Got like 6 stacks, I think, in, 15 minutes? But here we are another 15 minutes plus later, and only managed to get 2 more in that sort of gap.
It just doesn't feel the same, right? Where it's like you have to hit somebody for, it feels like 20 seconds as the Slark, when PA can hit them for 2 seconds.
It's just tough. It's like... It's
tough. Just
the nature of these 2 heroes, right? It feels like on PA, you just... Regardless of everything else going on, you have kind of like an 80% chance to win because you're a PA. And on Slark, is regardless of everything else that's going on, you got like an 80% chance to lose because you're a Slark.
Hey, what the hell's that creep doing there? Whatever.
Here they come.
Smoked up on the side.
Who wants to start as Liquid though? I don't know if they do want to. They see some presence here and they start to back away.
They're claiming high ground. They have the Hex.
Okay, let's see if this can do it.
Is it enough damage?
Hex into Ravage. Can they kill Nightfall? They're trying for a big wraparound, but it's a very big wraparound.
He has 3,000 health and he has double. I mean, yeah, this is tough. This sure is tough. Boxy waiting in the trees to break the smoke. They did anticipate it, both teams.
They're doing a little circle around one another.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant are scanning.
Each team taking each other's side. Now we're going back to the circle again. They've completely swung back to where they were before.
Oh, look at the Hex. They're going to go for Lorinov first, but the Golem gets dropped down. Lorinov's going to be able to roll up. They'll look towards the side. Simlo will drop the Ravage, but the BKB was already out from Nightfall as they kill off the Tidehunter. Now Nightfall's ready to move over and look for more. Rolling Thunder controls Nisha once again. Nightfall turns towards Boxy. He'll get the time lapse off. Doesn't matter. Skewers there from Toronto, Tokyo. 3 dead on Liquid.
They might call it.
I think they might. It's going to be very close. Insania dies to the side. I mean, it's a what can you do kind of position you're in, and you've been in it for the last 20 minutes.
You have to catch like such a big Ravage on the back too, because there's always the counter initiation. Golem comes out, breaks everything. Pango gets the roll off. Saberlight feels like he has to jump Ravage. It ends up clipping what, the Warlock in that.
I mean, there we have it. If they don't call GG, you know, they'll make them. They go for the tier 4s. They're ready to close this one up. They'll get the fortification out.
They pop the counter glyph,
but they can stick around. They don't have the buybacks up anyway on Liquid.
They can just end this.
Moonshard to speed up the finish. There's the first buyback.
And he gets caught.
And they'll kill him straight away. Oh, there we go. Tier 4's gone. On the Ancient, Mickey's going to try and kill a support.
But he
won't.
can't.
They'll just turn and be able to kill him. Rolling Thunder into the RP. Mickey's out. GG is called. Aurora will take this game 1. My goodness, I don't believe they're going to get this PA again. There's no way. So. There's no way Liquid can let them have this sort of lineup. They're just too good with it.
But let for now.
There we go. Thank you very much, Slacks and Jabs. Yeah, let's see if indeed Mickey's Nature Prophet can win them the game here, Liquid. Or if Aurora's going to come out on top again, because Aurora looked pretty good last game, and we heard it from Fear in the panel as well, right? The draft looks good. It does. It looks well-rounded. And yeah, just really sort of a question of what this last pick AA is going to be able to offer them, because one thing's for sure, when you look at the lane setup, it's probably not going to be doing much in the lane right. It could be tough.
Yeah, definitely going to be hard, and I feel like it could be one of those situations where it's difficult to secure Mickey's lanes, maybe.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the Treant tends to secure in a lot of situations just on its own. But Mickey might actually just get caught for a first blood. Chicken fingers, does he skill the shackle? He does.
All right, they've got the opening.
The gap, though.
They're not going to be able to continue for this. They'll hold back.
I think the Treant maybe blocking them a tiny little bit there. But yeah, let's see how it ends up going, because just like they said on the panel, this hero hates getting surrounded.
Sure.
AA in particular. There's not really any vision aspects you have to worry about unless, well, once there's the Helm of Overlord if he wants to go down that route on Toronto, Tokyo. But yeah, this hero does not like to get gone on. Similar to like a Disruptor, it's like if you're the one getting gone on yourself, it feels really, really tough to play the hero. But let's see how he does on the AA in particular. I'm with Fear, though. I do like how Aurora is, especially today, so far that we've seen, pivoted into their drafts. It feels like it's quite a nice approach.
And towards the end as well, we obviously saw a lot taken away from the mid options for Laurenov. Do you like that he's ended up on the DK?
Yep.
Pretty solid?
Looks good. It's great versus the Ember Spirit. Gets that. It's the initial catch to have the follow-up for the Shaman or the follow-up for the Ice Path. Or, yeah, anybody. They all have Disable, right? Every single one of them on this team has multiple forms of Disable to deal with something like the Ember. It's literally like 8 Disables on them.
It does not look like an easy game for Nisha to get the freedom to jump around.
For sure, yeah, insane. Yeah, it's absolutely one of the bigger problems to play versus Beastmaster or Lycan in particular, as these more fragile like AA silencers, the backline type of heroes. Bottom lane, this is the one where they can get aggressive. Liquid should have Panto here.
Yep, looking like the first blood. Can they give it a Saberlight? Yeah. Oh, no,
the blood grenade.
It actually does tick out first, so Boxy ends up being the one getting the bounty for that.
Yeah, this is the lane that I'm watching for Liquid to have the most success in, because they have the Anchor Smash versus the Tiny as well. It's a lot of physical damage.
And they're going to try for Nightfall as well. And they might just have him. He's got 5 stick charges. He's into the trees. Panto now returns to help out.
He's okay.
Yeah, we'll be able to hold them back, so Nightfall will survive.
Doesn't have much regen on him, though. They have a salve on Panto. He's going to have to throw onto him there. But yeah, this lane doing very, very well. Anchor Smash also super effective versus Tiny, reducing a ton of that damage that he does have. But yeah, it's all physical to deal with the zero armor Tiny. Nightfall buys a Wraith Band to deal with some of that aggression, but yeah, he's kept it low now. Mira.
And Nightfall sitting super low.
It really is. Foxy is low, so they know he's going back.
Sure. They know there's not going to be any follow-up to anything that Saberlight tries to start.
They'll be able to salve him in a second once he has the opportunity. But they want to keep applying pressure on Saberlight with this double creep wave. Saberlight dropping low should be able to get the drag back.
A lot of pressure.
Yep. He was able to get the kill, but his CS actually is looking a little grim from the pressure from Panto. As Saberlight...
He's falling very low. Is he just dead?
Panto.
Okay.
What a play.
Yeah, Panto just able to kill him.
He's going to fight back versus Boxy, too. Boxy
He's level 3 on Panto, so it's level 2 dual breath.
Let's see who wins the fight. Looks like Boxy is standing his ground.
So Leferia 5 available as well on Boxy if he needs it, and he won't even need it. So they'll kill Panto, but I mean, Panto got the job done.
A lot of harass. Boxy just got there, and he's down to 100 HP. Thought perhaps with the level 2 dual breath there would be enough. Top, Insania.
I should find him. I mean, Mickey at the moment not going to have enough damage to try and threaten Toronto Tokyo back in return. In fact, Mira chasing Mickey down. They've got the shackles. Toronto Tokyo stepping up. Mickey, he's gone as well. I mean, it's kind of as expected on that top lane, right? It's one of those lanes that, you know, especially if this was a pub, the carry is probably not going to be too happy if his teammates last picking an AA to support him against this Beastmaster lane.
No,
it's not a fun lane.
It's not a fun lane either, because they can never really get trade kills. If they catch the Shaman really far up, maybe, but the Beastmaster should almost never die in this lane. Yeah, very strong approach here at the start of these first couple minutes. We're seeing the DK have the edge over the Ember Spirit as well. Laurenov having an excellent time in that matchup. Saberlight, again, taking a beating.
It's got to be careful. Nightfall stepping up. Avalanche in a few seconds. And how they're doing on regen down here, they're going to have to start getting through quite a bit.
He's got a salve, so Saberlight will be able to get healthy again. But yeah, his laning phase, I mean, yeah, they were able to get that early kill, but now, with Panto having these levels, it's problematic for them to pressure Nightfall. He's all the way at the top of those last hits now.
Yeah, just the power of the Jakira. Panto doing a great job here with it.
Does this hero lose lanes? Maybe not. Maybe not versus anything. Doesn't feel like it. This hero is insane. Jakiro in particular.
Mid. Lorinoff. Free fire, not quite enough, but still. It's going to force Nisha to have to take the walk back to base.
Means level 6 is going to hit really early for Lorinoff to be able to apply pressure and force rotations as well. They're winning all 3 lanes.
I mean, that's the thing.
Nikkei is farming, but he has died once.
But overall, the edge is definitely favoring Aurora in this laning stage.
Panto even looking to make a move top Insania. They're ready. The glyph.
They're ready to collapse in around them. They'll look towards Mikkei first. TP backup's coming in for him. Nisha's going to try and help out, but Mikkei, he'll go down. Can Nisha at least find some kills in return? It's going to turn over towards Panto, but Panto's able to keep his distance from Insania. I mean, it's not easy for them to find these kills.
They'll get the kill bottom onto Nightfall because he's left alone.
A Toronto Tokyo, he can clean up another one, and Nisha's got to be careful. The Hex is back up into the shackles. They get all 3 of them top.
Toronto Tokyo is going to be out of control this game. It truly does feel like he's top net worth. He has a great lane setup. We do see the tiny down bottom die, but a great rotation. Again, Nisha struggling in mid, tries to make a rotation top, and he just gets defeated.
And I mean, so far, you've only got to imagine that Liquid have got big plans for the AA down the line, because everything that's gone wrong up top, you can kind of blame the AA pick for so far.
Definitely quite a bit there. I mean, great plays coming out from Aurora. Even, I mean, this whole mid tower now also dying because of the rotation that Nisha tried to do up top. He doesn't have a TP to come back out either. That tower's dead.
It's gone.
Panto lives.
6 minutes in. Not often that you see it go down that quickly. Top lane, Mikkei's dead again.
Another catch.
Oh, I don't know.
Control.
This is getting pretty messy top.
Boxy. Can he deny?
He can. It's something, but it's not a big win for him.
Nope. And they're starting to make the move down toward bottom. The Shrine is there. The Shrine of Wisdom. We already see the line drawn. Boxy's like, guys, we need to make sure that we get that. We are hemorrhaging kills all over the place. We need this XP. Great aggressive wards we see placed out from Aurora as well, too, watching the Ancients. And
his AA's dead again.
He's gone.
Oh,
and also
Saberlight. He's also dead.
They are owning this game.
They are crushing them.
Sit Mikkei trying to TP in, but no.
Okay. I mean, maybe they can get Panto. They will. But Dragonform is up. Mikkei, he's got to start running. Okay, he's got backup. Nisha comes in, but the avalanche is there. Mikkei is dead.
They'll get their Shrine.
They do. Can they at least get Lorinoff?
Looks like with the magic damage, they should. They have another dead shot. And yeah, Lorinoff's going down.
There we go. Something for Liquid. They still need a whole lot more than this to rectify the situation they're in, though.
Especially because, Owen, it is such a good Beastmaster game, too. Just on paper, looking at things, he's going to actually go down the Ags route because he has the Beast mode build instead, going for the Helm.
His tower's
He's great versus everybody. Tidehunter is great versus Beast, but Beast is good versus literally all 4 other heroes. And he's off to an actual phenomenal start here. Tower's going to drop. It's going to be 2 components finished already.
Mid.
Mid again.
They've got the opening. Mirror's just able to walk up with the Hex into the shackles. They've got the Ice Path.
And everyone has so many stuns.
They've got all the lockdown in the world to deal with this Ember. And so far, those last 2 picks from Liquid, they're not looking too hot fogged.
They sure are not. I mean, they did do this thing that Fear was talking about too, is blind kind of picking this Ember, not knowing the matchup he's against. And so far, it seems like, Aurora just has every single one of those answers.
And can Liquid calm this game down somehow?
Things are accelerating too fast, really. Mikkei, he's going to be able to do his Nature's Prophet thing at some point soon here, but he's level 5 only at this point. So he'll be able to start getting these Wrath of Nature and get his jungle going, but pressure on the towers, that's the other thing that Aurora's lineup does, right? Everyone hits buildings. Tiny, DK, Beast, Shaman, and Jakiro.
Oh, they take over the map. Yeah, it's going to be very... Who's going to turn up and clear waves and stop them?
It's going to have to be like an AA Ice Vortex from the backline and a Slight, but yeah, not easy for them to set up for these defenses at this point. They could lose complete control of the map in the next few moments. Yeah, literally all 5 heroes hit buildings.
Quite the stack going on here as well around the Ancients.
He's able to clear this one out.
I mean, are they going to be able to steal this Ancient stack? What is this, like a quad Ancient stack?
I mean, they're spotting it. Liquid needs to defend this.
They can't let this go.
Mira.
He's got the opening.
This far forward.
Saberlight's going to be here to help out, so Mira should die.
They should get the kill. Is Boxy going to tick out? He is. and they will secure their stack.
Yeah, they needed this. They couldn't let this stack slip away.
And there's that tower last hit for Toronto Tokyo. 3 parts for the Aghanims finished up already. Top of the net worths on all 3 cores by a significant margin. Support's also having a fantastic start because of that tower gold and that extra kill gold they've gotten. Saberlight. A little bit of anti-synergy. Mid.
I'm gonna try for Laurenov.
They should have him.
Yeah, got him with the Ice Blast. Laurenov will pop.
Biggest kill they've gotten yet. Mobility might be like the key how Liquid has to play this one, right? Just looking to set up kills with Nisha all over the map with Mick TPing in and an Ice Blast to follow, but they're gonna have to answer the lanes in particular. They can't just, you know, TP and set up for that with the way that Aurora has been able to push all 3 lanes in. Yeah, we did see the 1-for-1 shrine. How many bounties, actually? Do we have that by any chance? If we can
Yeah, we
see
got the
how many
bounty
bounties
numbers. We can bring those up. Yep. There we go. So
yeah, because I was going to say, it feels like they've also been able to claim the majority of them in this game with their aggression.
Quite a while.
Yeah, and that adds up. Very significant amount. Now they go back, get their stack. Laurenov will go back down that Mage Slayer build that we see on every single one of these DKs after the blink.
It's going to be pretty much the Ags done very soon for Toronto Tokyo. So definitely one of the faster ones.
And it's going to be a triple timing, right? They'll have the DK blink. They already have the Echo for the Tiny, and then he's going to have that Ag. So Liquid, they're going to smoke. This feels like the way they have to kind of play it, right? With the AA, with the Ember making moves.
Sure, just blowing up people with the Ice Blast.
And then Mickey can join in if he feels necessary, or just throw a Wrath of Nature to commit. But Aurora getting a ton of farm on the map, and they might be reading this move. I mean, Toronto, Tokyo, let's see.
It would be the big kill. They've got the chains. Ice Blast coming in, they'll get it. Massive kill here for Liquid. Can they get out?
Mira's here.
Gonna try and stop their escape. We'll get the Serpent Wars down, trapping in Insania. Ice Blast to follow up as well as the Macropire. Mira still alive. He's gonna try and run, but the Sprout will contain him. So Liquid will ensure that they get 2, and they only lose the 1 themselves, just the AA.
It's good kills. I mean, they stopped the Beastmaster, who was literally about to have the Ags. He was 150 gold away from it.
Yeah, they need to just sort of keep going for this off cooldown with the Ice Blast.
Every blast, I want to see a move happen, pretty much. Blink's now done for DK, Laurenov. So it looks like Aurora probably can look for that group up if they'd like to force something here. Maybe wait until 15-minute Tormentor, but they could look to pressure with these 3 item timings they're going to have. Nightfall. About halfway toward that Shadow Blade as well after the Echo. He's having a pretty flawless start.
I mean, for Aurora, is there any need for them to look for smoke plays, or are they happy to just keep farming on these 3 cores?
They can. They definitely can quite easily. Lauren up with the blink, it can enable them to just look for any setups, because Mickey is very fragile, right? If they do find this MP ever. Hard to find him, of course, because of the positioning that he's in, but they have 10 forms of lockdown for Ember too, so if they ever find Nisha, he's very likely dead. There's that Ags done. They might be patient until the Tormentor, though, right? They might still wait for 2 minutes until they make like a big move so they don't die and give up a Tormentor. As you see Insania already kind of prepared in the area for it, even though it's 2 minutes until it does come up. He's prepping those sentries, prepping the extra vision after. He's eyeing Nightfall a bit here, but he needs
I think
probably 2 more heroes.
Even if Mickey comes in with a TP, yeah, him and Mickey's not enough right now.
They're going to swing everybody, so they're going to bring the Tide as well.
That's what they've got to keep doing, get these kills to get themselves back in.
Yep. They're going to run into Mira, though, not the target that they ideally want.
They'll have to take it. Indeed, this will get the info for Nightfall to get out of there. He's away.
TPs. Yeah, good play from Mira. You know, you can't catch that gank. Liquid has to look for these big ganks onto these cores, and it's just going to catch a Shadow Shaman. And now the counter smoke comes out.
And Liquid, they're going to want to try and take some of these towers. Of course, you have 14 minutes in there yet to take a tier 1 themselves.
Okay. Looks like they don't want to fight head-on into the 5v5 right now, into the Tidehunter. So at the least for Liquid, even though it's just a Shadow Shaman kill, that tower does get brought down. We'll be able to get their Shrine of Wisdom as well, too, for Mickey. slightly stabilizing things. But still, the issue of the 3 cores free farming. And just that, it really is just an overwhelming lockdown. Like, Nisha's gonna need... this is, I don't know, SNY is not going to cut it this game, right? Versus 50 different disables. It might be an earlier BKB necessary, but it probably will just be SNY BKB anyway, as every game on these Embers. They're getting their stacks going, so Liquid's able to kind of slow pace down a little to get this extra farm onto Mickey after he died 4 times. Lots of pings coming out.
They're going for the tormentor.
Liquid's prepared for it. Aurora trying to make a move toward the mid lane, but that does mean that they give this up.
They might trade it for Roche.
Okay, that's true. They do bring down the Roche very quick. Down to 2k lead. Liquid. Can they make it in time?
Getting over to the Roche pit.
I don't know.
Pretty tricky for them unless they run straight there, but even then...
The Ice Blast is going to scare them. They're going to back up.
And there's going to be a chance now without connecting.
Liquid, they're making some big moves here.
Smoke up from Aurora.
Wrap around. Saberlight.
It's got the Ravage at the ready.
They see the high ground. They predict the move.
Going to try for the wraparound here with the rest of the smoke. See if they can catch the
Roche
supports first.
Roche is quite low. Mira.
Finds Saberlight. They don't really want to go on him though.
That's not the target they want. Anyone but him, pretty much. They're going to go back into the Roche pit once they get some information. It's very low.
Yeah, they might be able to quickly finish it off before Liquid gets back in. Can Liquid time a sort of jump? No. Stepping up, but it's already gone. Aegis for Toronto Tokyo. They got what they came for, Aurora. Liquid not able to stop them.
If Saberlight had the blink, then perhaps he has 100 gold until he is there for the Tidehunter. So Aurora will be able to sneak that one. But Liquid with some good macro movements there to stabilize at least the gold.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And they've gotten some itemization now. I mean, they're starting to get a bit of a timing themselves now, too. Nisha has Mage Slayer done. Saberlight's about to have Blink Vlads. And Mickey, he's got the Mjolnir. So they've got their farming items and some of their fighting items. And pace really has slowed down.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Mira. So Toronto Tokyo. He's got a Glimmer. He gets stunned from the neutrals.
Mira might still find the grab with the Ether Lens.
It's close, but not quite.
Now they're thinking if they can maybe go back in towards Toronto.
That's a risky one, though. He is Aegis holder with a Glimmer. And Liquid, they're making good moves. They're prolonging, getting that farm. Mickey is pretty much caught up with Nightfall.
Solid plays around the Ice Blast.
It looks like Glimmer's nearly done, or getting built up for AA. I believe the Atos, it's done for Boxy. Yeah, they're starting to acquire some items here. So Aurora, not able to get any connections just yet in the last couple minutes, it feels like, actually. What?
They're looking at mid.
6 minutes almost. Saberlight.
So if they can get the setup. Ooh, not quite able to get the toss back.
It's only level 2 toss. Not enough range.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
See how much more they're able to try and push with this Aegis. They've got the smoke coming in. They know that Nisha's down here.
Got the amp damage on the DK2. Can Toronto get the wraparound with the Glimmer? He can. Where's the Remnant? It is put down.
Get the root. Don't quite have enough follow-up, though, after the Roar. They'll make the jump over towards Insania, but...
Reshotted.
And Toronto, does he tick out? He does. That's the Aegis gone. Same time top, Boxy. Just trying to scare off Nightfall for now.
They really want to try to find Nisha. They saw the Remnant somewhere around here, but he's just going to go back. Does have a Remnant that he might come back to, but we'll see. Space acquired for Liquid.
Dire's middle tower.
They're definitely holding on in a much better state now.
Yeah.
But they've managed to slow things down as they have. Mickey in a good spot. And still a bit of time required for Saberlight and Nisha to get to where they'd hope to be.
I mean, they've almost fully restabilized things. In terms of gold, it's still a slight lead for Aurora, but the experience is actually dead even now. Only actually 20 XP difference.
Aurora, these BKB timings.
Maybe that's going to be the next call for them to try to make them.
Yeah, we've got, what, 1,000 gold still until Lorinov has his.
Yeah. I think the way to counter Tidehunter, right? Triple BKB timings and you go for those jumps. But yeah, Liquid.
I mean,
yeah, farm on Mickey.
Yeah, I'd imagine that Liquid's going to want to try and find fights though before those BKBs are done. You know,
I would think so, yeah. I still, same kind of, concept. Still look for these kills almost every time AA blasts up whenever you get information.
Dire are scanning.
Yeah, it's gonna be the call. Yeah, Aurora's just gonna wait for BKBs. Too scared to make any aggressive moves into this heavy magic damage. Lorinov, that's pretty much, that's gonna be it finished after this catapult mid. BKB's done. Liquid looking for a catch. They want to get them before the BKBs. See Panto.
They'll go for it. Panto will try to lay down the Macropire, but he'll fall for this.
Support kill, but a kill nonetheless. They didn't have to expend anything. BKB's done.
And they're pushing on for more.
He gets it off a bit late. And there's no backup for him. He is in trouble. That is the first BKB usage.
And TP's coming in now for Toronto Tokyo.
The Glimmer?
He's got the Glimmer. Holds back Saberlight with the Roar. Lorinov, he's not going to be able to get away, though.
They will get the catch on Mickey, though, in the meanwhile.
I mean, Kamira and Nightfall collapse back in on this and look to do something else. It's still scary, though. Ravage is still at the ready for Saberlight.
Saberlight is too threatening, it seems like, for them. Now they're getting more numbers.
They're going to try. Get the Serpent drop down. Ravage will go off on towards the two of them, but Nightfall's still able to get the toss off, and they don't have the damage to kill the Tiny, so Nightfall's fine. Mira and Toronto Tokyo, they're chasing Saner out into the trees, so... Now, with the Ravage coming out, didn't get them any kills, and Liquid end up, by the looks of it, losing both of their supports. That was the Ravage down.
That was a big move from Aurora, forcing that play. I guess they thought maybe they had some damage for Nightfall, but he's a 3,000 HP Tiny.
Yeah,
you need to have the AA blast on him to have a chance to go for these type of kills, so... A wasted Ravage, 2 minutes. That's a big one used.
And because that's the thing, right? Well, next time it is up,
They'll have BKBs.
They'll have the triple BKBs.
Yeah, exactly.
So that was sort of that window for Liquid to maybe find a big play with the Ravage that was not going to be as easy to find now.
And now for the next Tormentor, right? That's going to probably be that next Tormentor or Roche going to be the next big fight around those BKBs while the Ravage does come back up. So we'll see if they can execute around that. As Mickey, we've seen he's very vulnerable. It tends to be the case for Nature's Prophet, though. You have to build this way.
Yeah, you have to do this. You have to rush the meal on it. Because this is what allows you to just have that crazy acceleration and farm.
And then, I mean, Hurricane Pike is just so good, right?
Yeah.
Back range, the repositioning, etc. So you just have to build this way.
But I'd imagine, do you think he will feel he does also needs himself a BKB?
Yeah, I would imagine.
I don't think you can skip it, right?
No. I mean, you see Nisha, right? This is a game where I was mentioning.
Yeah,
sometimes, yes, you need to get... There's too many disables. The status resistance is not going to cut it versus 15 different disables that they've got or whatever it is.
Wants to get his shard first, but yeah, I would be surprised if we don't see BKB queued up next for Mickey.
Okay, BKB finished for Toronto Tokyo. As we said, BKB on Lorinov. Nightfall also has his. 2 minutes until the Tormentor. About 1 minute until the Roche can spawn. Lorinov really likes to go this build, at least. He queues it up again, but we saw him do this the other day as well, just going straight for that Moon Shard.
Yeah, did pop off with it. It was a game where they were very far ahead.
It was.
Right? So a little different, but yeah, went for the Moon Shard into Daedalus.
It makes sense when your Dragon form gives you so much extra damage and you're already getting extra minus armor, but yeah, a bit interesting.
Yeah, because I mean, at the moment, they're only really killing you if they get the Ice Blast on you, right? If the Ice Blast isn't there, you're already survivable enough with the BKB.
And that's going to be really the question, at least for me, for Liquid 2, is you can, unless you somehow get them completely stacked up, you're only likely going to Ice Blast one of them.
It's true.
In a lot of these fights. So there's 3 different of these cores that you have to somehow answer. Nisha, the Roar.
I've got the setup into the Dragon Tail. They'll put the BKBs to make sure that there's no counterplay from potential Ravages waiting in the tree line. Insania will be able to TP away.
Almost get the next catch also. Not quite able to. The Tumblers Tori into the Roar. Nice play there from Toronto Tokyo, catching him off guard.
And Nightfall super close to having the Silver Edge.
And they can actually not be as threatened by Saberlight. Then they can just full commit onto the Tidehunter in some of these upcoming engagements.
They can. If they're able to step up and pop BKB, they can kill anyone.
either BKBs or the Silver Edges if they can actually get that break hit. Ag's finished for Saberlight.
And he's in. It's the Ravage. Do they have the damage? Sprout down. Nightfall's going to put the BKB, and he's just going to TP straight out of this.
Lives up to his
He'll
name.
Get away. I mean, it's a good Nightfall there from him.
It truly is.
It really is. I mean, that's the Ravage used. They got a support kill. That's it.
He tried to cut one tree. He actually cut the wrong one, and he's like, I'm out of here. Instant BKB TP out. That's a Ravage used for just the support again. So 2 minutes, and it's around this Tormentor and Roche timing that we were mentioning that Liquid won't have Ravage for.
I mean, this is the thing, I guess, at this point about Liquid's lineup is, you know, we're seeing these Ravages being used by Saberlight, but they kind of have to, right? Because outside of that, what is the setup? It's slight chains.
Yep.
You know, the solid, the hard setup, it is the Ravage, so it has to be used to just try and make these moves happen in this state of the game.
Absolutely. I mean, Boxy, he's got Atos, but that's a single target. He's going to have Gleipnir soon, which at least will give a bit more of that AoE control, but yeah, they're not the same lineup as Aurora by any means, where it's everybody has multiple forms.
That's their only hard stun, right? Yeah. The only way that if you get in, press it, they're not going to be able to press BKB if you get them before. Everything else, they can BKB off.
100%. And there's that Tormentor, so they don't even have to use much to obviously get it. They're able to get this one freely, and now they have all their spells for that Roche. They could probably... Do they have a smoke? I don't think they do. Yeah, no smoke on them, so it doesn't look like they have one to go for that, but can just look for a play now.
Nisha, feeling confident. He's out of that.
Very methodical game so far from Aurora. Hemorrhaged a little bit of kills. Liquid started to bring things back, but now, again, back in that comfortable position.
They are. I mean, it's going to have to be a very impressive performance from Mickey to carry this one, right? Which we have seen from him on his Nature's Prophet. He does carry these sort of difficult games. This one is definitely going to be another challenge for him.
There's a level up from the difficulty, it seems like, as he does have BKB finished. As you said, he's getting the items. He's sticking close to net worth of Nightfall. His other 2 cores are massively falling behind.
They're not keeping up.
No. And it's definitely 3 cores that are scaling quite nicely on the side of Aurora. All 3 are great into those later stages of the game. And they're going to smoke.
They can take another good fight here, Aurora. That Roshan will be theirs again.
Lornoff's hit 18, Moonshard acquired, and he's got Nemesis Curse. So his damage has gone up absolutely insane now.
There we go.
Ravage is back up.
Is Liquid going to be ready for this?
Is Saberlight in particular going to be ready? Because they can full commit for him if they want to.
On the high ground. They'll blink away initially, they'll turn, they'll drop the Serpent Walls straight down on a Boxy. Macropire to follow. Mickey's going to TP in. But Boxy's already gone. Tornado is able to get it straight away. Finds Mickey perfectly with a Blink Roar. Mickey's gone. Liquid, they have to run.
He just actually delivered himself. They're going to go for the Ravage.
Okay, it's on to Lornoff.
Do they have the damage?
I don't know. There's an Ice Blast coming in. That will connect. That should do it. So Lornoff does die.
But Nisha's committed.
Nightfall and Toronto Tokyo, they're still ready to fight this. Nisha's out of mana, gets hexed up. He's dead. I mean, it gets them the Dragon Knight kill, but it's definitely a little bit desperate fogged.
Yeah, I mean, Mickey literally just ports in, and even if he gets BKB off, he's dead anyway. He just gets roared.
Yeah, we saw this last game as well. Right? Toronto Tokyo's been... but they got to be careful. They're stepping up.
Insania.
He's dead. Saberlight's got to get out of it. He does not want to show his face after that's happened.
This is the best series I've seen Toronto Tokyo play.
Yeah, I was going to say, both of these games, the blink responses from him in the middle of these team fights. We saw it last game on his Magnus, this game on the Beastmaster. He's been crushing it. Buyback comes out now from Insane. The Ice Blast is back up. They are relatively low on Aurora, so they'll have to hold back from the Roshan for now.
Another Gush, won't connect. Ice Blast, he's guessing in the fountain.
Is he going to find anyone?
Nightfall. Nightfall's TP.
Oh,
it's not going to be enough.
It's not going to be enough.
If it was a little sooner,
yeah,
perhaps.
He's already healed up.
They're going to throw the Wrath of Nature as well. Let's see.
Leave me alone.
Maybe if Mickey TP's in. Just TP into the fountain, get some hits in. Did he have BKB? He could have actually done that.
No.
What do you mean? If he BKBs, TP's in, puts the Miona shield on him and hits him, he will kill him in the fountain. I mean, he will die for it, but would you trade your life for Nightfall? I mean, I would.
I mean, you would.
You know what I mean?
That's for sure.
That could have been the play. Just go in there.
That would have been a hell of a play.
That would have been amazing. Should have done it.
Roche. Ravage still cooldown, 35 seconds. Aurora now set up in position for it again. And Mickey somehow has to just be like in perfect positioning in these fights to be able to attack. But as you said, there's always going to be the BKB roar
I mean,
Piercing roar.
Like, is someone buying Lincolns for him? Is he having to buy Lincolns for himself? What are you doing about this?
I was wondering if Nisha was maybe going to queue one. It doesn't sound awesome, but it might just be what they need.
Toronto Tokyo's going to do it every time, unless they can be sure that they catch Toronto Tokyo with like the Blink Ravage. Like,
sure.
Toronto Tokyo's probably going to be the top target for Saberlight to find with the Ravage, right?
But not, I mean, he's got this super defensive build, right? The Glimmer, the Gale Guard, the
he's playing sneaky.
I really like the way he's gone. And now, another break. So I was waiting to mention this one. 15 on Mira. They've got the Hex break now also for the Tide. So they got double ways to initiate onto Saberlight. Smoke up from Liquid. Ravage is back online.
See Nightfall.
Blowing everything
on Ravage. He has got BKB. He'll get it off. He'll get his combo off, but they will kill him. Same time though, Toronto Tokyo is able to find Insanity to the side, but this is a trade they'll take. Liquid.
Seconds.
Now, is that going to be enough to land towards the Roshan?
Don't think so.
Toronto Tokyo. He's going to find himself another support by the looks of it. Gets the setup on a Boxy. Boxy goes down to Macropie, catches Saberlight. He's just cleaning up again.
He's the true carry.
It certainly seems like at this game, he had a beautiful start in the lane.
And now they can get the roast themselves. Even without Nightfall, they did have to blow literally everything
to kill him
this time.
And even then, he still was able to pop BKB, get his Avalanche toss off.
He still did, 3k damage or so. And yeah, that Roche, it's going to drop. Yeah, Toronto Tokyo truly is the real carry in this game.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely feels like the struggle right now for Liquid is they're only ever killing anyone. I feel like, honestly, for the majority of this game, right, with Ravage and Ice Blast.
Yeah, and it's never,
that's the only time.
Like it's going to be the case where Aurora clumps all 3 cores to get hit by it, right? It's always only going to hit one of them in those fights. Unless it's a huge slip up, it feels like, from Aurora. Mickey, 2,000 gold difference between him and the time.
He's at the top.
So he's still farming super
Can
hard.
he carry this on his Nature's Prophet?
Would be insane. He's queuing up the Lincolns himself, so he does know what he needs.
He's got it. Yeah, someone's got to have it for him. And indeed, in his case, with the farm he's having, he's got to do it for himself.
I mean, this would be a pretty insane
if he carries
this.
Able
to do this on his own, because as we said, his other cores are falling further and further behind. Nisha.
He's out.
Double remnants. Aegis on Lorinov. Now harder for them to go for that individual pop. They can still go for Nightfall, but yeah, don't want to use that on Lorinov when he's got Aegis. Interesting.
What do we got?
He's keeping the manager out instead of taking the Whispers of the Dread. Maybe he's focused on other things at the moment, priorities in mind. On the Jakiro in particular, as you see. Refresher. Okay, well, you can handle one roar.
Yep.
What about a second? Well, you can't handle one roar.
No,
maybe once you get a Lincolns, you can handle one roar, but 2 of them. And overall, Lincolns, it's, as I need to always mention, it's not as good as it used to be by any means a long time ago, right? Because they have a billion items, or a billion things that can break that Lincolns, and then just throw the roar off.
It's just so much catch that we're seeing from Aurora's lineup. And he's paying off so far.
Yeah, he actually still keeps the mana drop. That's really interesting. I mean, it does scale throughout the whole game, even though it's a tier 1.
Sure, it's percentage.
Yeah, very, very cool. It does make so that Jakiro always has mana.
Now more lockdown, more control. Lorinov with the Orchid. Another way to pop potential Lincolns, follow it up with the stun.
Push commencing. As we said, they take towers very fast if you do leave them alone even for a second. Ravage is back up and into this Aegis. Liquid. Looking to avoid. Looks like Lorinov wants to continue.
I'm in the mud as well, right? Yeah, 2.5 minutes on the Aegis, see what happens.
Yep. Force a reaction out of Liquid. They will start to get the reaction. Tide, Gush, they'll back away. Insania, looks like he, Insania. Mickey almost is getting the top tower. He's got these treants constantly coming in. So very close to him claiming a tier 2. Might force a reaction.
Doing well on the levels, of course, so on track to, we will see the level 25 this game. I don't think it's going to end before then. Can he keep this game alive for Liquid?
And can he do it on his own, right? They are going the Hex build again onto Saberlight, so not opting to go for like a refresher for the big double Ravage, just going for the single target. Thought this game he might actually just go for refresher, but
Dire's middle tower has been denied.
I'm trying to Tokyo. What does he want to go next?
Maybe he gets something to break the Lincolns, but he's kind of, you know, doesn't really have the slots for things just yet, so... Maybe he goes, eats Ags, goes AC.
He's
or
hunting
he
for maybe solo setup potential.
I think a Hex is probably, you eat the Ags and get a Hex or something along those.
Oh, they're going to make the jump here.
Foxy.
Well, he's just gone immediately. Have to be a bit careful around Saberlight. They respect the fact that he has the Ravage. They won't try and push on for anything more. They'll settle for an easy kill and step out.
Shrine of Wisdom. Looks like it's going to be the call there for Aurora. Just looking to control the map. Going to take the one on the left side, also on the right side. Get that XP going for themselves. Fair bit of it, too. Onto the 2 cores. Mickey throws the scan. He was probably thinking about TPing to that left side if it didn't end up connecting. He TP's bottom, but there's actually a ward here. He wards the sentries, but they know.
He's got to get straight out.
Oh,
he's going to catch him.
That was so fast by Toronto.
And just in time, a moment later, they wouldn't have caught him. But Toronto, as I say, has been on top of his game today.
Dude, that was, I mean, it was within 0.3 seconds, I think he TPs. As soon as they see Mickey appear, it was instant. That was so fast by Toronto. And that's the big kill. 75 seconds that they can get the push going. The lanes now will be dealt with.
I mean, they might even be able to force the buyback.
It feels like
what's the response going to be here from Liquid?
I mean, they have a banner. The Aegis is getting reclaimed, but they kill it so fast. I mean, look how quick it was. Like, yeah, pretty much instant that they get on top of them.
Yeah, and good job he did it first. Of course, there was mass TPs coming in from his teammates, right? They needed him really in there first.
I mean, that was, wow. Yeah, we were already talking him up, how well he was playing in the series, but yeah, that's another level. Quick TP, and he's got the roar up again soon, and he's got the refresher. I
mean, how much do you sort of concede here, Liquid? You just let the mid-racks go? You just really don't want to buy back? Do you let 2 sets of racks go if they pressure?
I don't know about dropping 2 sets. You probably don't want to contest this one here,
Let's have a look, because they're setting up to pressure a second. 30 seconds, still without Mickey.
It's an expensive buyback.
You just let this go?
They want these Lincolns. They have one finished on Nisha. Ravage.
It's on to Toronto, Tokyo. Ice Blast as well. They throw everything down on the Beastmaster. It will kill him. Can they get more? With the Gleipnir onto the 4 of them here, they'll try and chase the rest out. They'll BKB TP out. Nightfall gets away. I mean, it looks like the Shaman will die. So Miru dies, but the rest of them escape. They got what they came for. They got a second melee Rax. Didn't force out the Nature's Prophet TP, so at least for Liquid, buyback. So they're able to hold back on the Mickey's buyback. But objectives, damage is still done. And again, Ravage Ice Blast, that'll kill someone.
Only way that they can kill someone.
Only way.
Only way they can kill Core, say, yeah.
Sure, yes, yeah.
Yeah, Toronto getting a bit too aggressive there, jumping forward, gets caught out.
Okay, did they not see the gem?
I don't think they did, actually, because I didn't see the gem either.
Oh, no, they did. Boxy's got the courier out front.
Okay,
yeah, there we go.
And Mickey, I can see why he didn't want to buy back too, right? Like, he really needs Lincolns,
for sure.
Right? He's like, we need Lincolns or I have no way to play this
I think so as well. You have to let those racks go down if you're Mickey. You don't buy back. It just kind of ruins your game too much. And your game is the most important thing right now.
Yeah, we see
Liquid
Nisha
have a chance to turn this.
He did go for that Lincolns as we kind of anticipated for him to either throw it onto Mickey or not. As
they've got ways to play around it, though. It's going to be out in time there with the Remnant. They're still looking to try and fight this, maybe. They know Nightfall's BKB is still on cooldown.
10 seconds until the Beast respawns.
Looking for the setup. Nightfall should be going down here. Yeah, they'll catch him out alone whilst he hasn't got his BKB ready to press.
90 seconds. He spent his gold.
How much can they do with this?
They might be able to start poking this high ground out
It's
a
a long time.
Still is scary because of this Toronto-Tokyo Beastmaster. He's got a Yules. Okay, so he went a bit of a more defensive route, getting rid of his Glimmer Cape.
Still the rest of the team very strong. So Liquid have to be careful, even though there is no Tiny for a minute.
Phantom.
They really want to try and push this. I mean, at the least force out the buyback that they think is there. Obviously, we know it's not. Liquid don't know this, though.
Saberlight. Ravage is back up in about 10 seconds.
They're definitely going to want to stick around. Toronto Tokyo does have the double roar at the ready.
Ice Blast.
He's going to go in.
The roar.
Put the BKB, but indeed Mickey's having to slide out. Now they turn towards Toronto Tokyo. Put the refresher, but he's caught in the Sprout. He's in trouble. He's trying to get out of this. Saberlight moves forward. Toronto Tokyo trying to back up with the remainder of the BKB, but they'll catch him. He's dead. He doesn't have buyback either.
Oh my God, Liquid.
They're going to take this top set of barracks.
The quick Lincolns being thrown out onto him. He pops the Yules on him, but the BKB, he just couldn't get through it.
Oh.
Liquid opening up the opportunity for Mickey.
Level 25 now.
Oh. Game state has changed drastically.
Yeah, big shake up there with those 2 deaths on Aurora. Nightfall going down, Toronto, Tokyo going down.
Look at the, I mean, we can bring up that win probability. It says a lot. That 25 NP really starts to change things. They even potentially can get this Roche. There's no Beastmaster for 50 seconds. They've got this Roche. And Saberlight, I believe that's his refresher. Yeah, he's gonna have it done after this too. Liquid, at the most important moments, I found some big catch. He actually gets a free refresher too. So.
Oh, there we go. I mean, and not many teams have been able to deal with the pressure of a level 25 Nature's Prophet. We've seen this so many times before.
I mean, Mickey, they've been able to prolong this game to this state.
They have.
Aurora, they need to have another clean opportunity happen somehow with their whole 5, but they cannot have another mistake happen. Saberlight just has such ease into these team fights. He's actually going to pass over the refresher shard to Mickey for the double BKB, double Lincolns, and he's going to just, because he just finishes up his home, and they can probably just look for this next fight. An amp damage on Nisha. Mickey actually says, you know what, Nisha, it's better off on you. He passes it over to him. Liquid has gotten to the point where team fights actually maybe look easier for them now than Aurora because of these Lincolns and these refreshers.
Yeah, they've been big game changers. Just had to get here.
And Saberlight has cheese too. Yeah, hard for them to even focus for him now too.
Well, they're looking at Toronto, Tokyo.
They're
going to get the jump. They've got the Hex opening, Ravage into Ice Blast. Not a chance. He's out for 90.
Liquid playing this to perfection as the game progresses to this point. I mean, Nightfall, he's sneaking in to go for a Rax. It's just the ranged one. We'll be able to claim it. But the push commencing. Here come the trees.
See how much they can get done here, Liquid. Tier 3 gone.
And there's no Beastmaster.
Look at these trees. They're just...
Are they going to hit tier 4s?
I mean, the trees are that strong, aren't they? Fortification will come out. He does have buyback available now.
Those bounties, I mean, Mira with a heads-up play, smoking and actually grabbing the bounty from the enemy jungle.
Nightfall, that's the BKB.
Oh.
Had to use it there. Boxy was able to poke that out of him.
That is awkward. Liquid. He doesn't want to buy back. He's going to have to.
Got to. Mira, trying for the wraparound. They're going to lead straight away and on towards the Tide. See if they can kill Saberlight. Time they can. Saberlight's gone.
Now the roar.
Now the turn for more. They get the Ice Bar set up on towards Mickey. Toronto Tokyo moving in with the damage. Mickey to fall the once, but he's got the Aegis. He's going to be back for round 2.
Nightfall.
Toronto Tokyo's got to be careful. Had to bounce away. Falling low whilst the Ice Blast is on him, and he will go down for 2 minutes. They get the Ice Bar onto Mickey again. Can they finish him off? Nightfall tried to close it, but Nightfall's dead. Buyback immediately from both Nightfall and Mira. They have to try and punish Mickey.
Mickey, can he get out? Panto gets caught by the side. The calling is humongous. He clips him.
He's going to go for the TP out. Mickey's going to get out safely. They've gotten away with it, Liquid. They force out the 4 buybacks.
Oh, and Nightfall.
They get out alive.
He doesn't have the BKB to approach the fight, so he literally just has to like walk in and walk away over and over again.
Takes so much damage.
Liquid, a masterclass of just waiting for this moment, waiting for mistakes from Aurora. Now they have time to just respawn. They had to commit so much for the Tide to ensure that he can't get these Ravages off, but then there's an Ember cleaning up, and Nature's Prophet getting all this everything off too, so you do get that Tide, but at this point now they're starting to deal the damage on these other cores. Liquid. 50 seconds. They're gonna have about 30-something seconds when the Tide respawns. Do have to deal with the tier 2 bottom, but Mickey, he's gonna shove the waves in. Pharasma is about to be done too. His damage has skyrocketed. Nightfall needs to find better approaches into these team fights. They need to have just simultaneous jumps at this point to deal with Liquid. They can't be the ones initiated on, and now they're at this huge deficit. Liquid, they're not even gonna go toward bottom. They've got the banner in the mid lane.
20 seconds until Toronto Tokyo's up. This tree is gonna take the buildings pretty quickly. As the tier 4s are gone, the Ancient's exposed. Amira's trying to start some sort of action on the backline, so drop the Serpent Wars down, but he's out for 100. Just doing everything they can to try and take their attention away from this. They're going to look with the jump on a Boxy, but indeed with the cheese that pierces the veil, Boxy's fine. Toronto is going to be back in the game. Nightfall caught with the change. The Ice Blast, he's dead. He's gone. Toronto will jump in, gets the roar off onto Mickey, but they just don't have the damage. They've got to run. It's over. GG's called. Liquid able to hold out through a tough early and mid-game to turn this one around. There we go. We'll let Jabs go free, and Stacks won't be able to keep him hostage anymore. There we go. Game 3.
Sorry, Jabs.
Coming up here. Aurora versus Liquid. And indeed, as we heard there from the main man, Jabs himself, didn't feel that that last game was going to be theirs, but it was Fog. They got the win.
I mean, that's what happens sometimes, you know? It doesn't matter if about on paper, you know, that's what, you know, whatever, it doesn't matter. Either way, yeah. Let's see, different cup of draft, but Aurora, I am with Fear again. It looks like a really strong approach. Liquid deviating a little bit here, going for the Sand King, which has only been picked once this tournament. It did not look good. So let's see if they can make it work. They also have Toronto Tokyo playing his Beast again. He has switched his facet this time around, so it looks like he's maybe going down the Helm of Overload route so that he can increase the pace a little more rather than going for kind of carrying from the offlane. Even though he did play really well in that last game, one or two small mistakes were, I mean, kind of big mistakes, to be honest with you. But those added up massively for Liquid, and they were able to take the game. So let's see if the adjustments are made from Aurora for this game to close it up. And he is queuing up the Helm of Overlord immediately. It's very good. It's similar concept, like I was saying, the Silencer as like an AA in terms of like the weakness in the lane. Nice deny on the board there before that tree hits it.
So, because all in all, you'd imagine this is going to be Aurora trying to play to the same timings as game 2.
Yep.
Like they're just looking to run it back.
Yep. Looks very. They're just like we through. Like that's kind of what they're saying right now. Insania.
What's he got? I
mean, he's very low. He has a boar on him. He's an AA auto attack flying through the air.
Oh.
He might be dead. It's gonna be close.
Let's have a look. Let's do the maths here.
There's an auto attack. There's a boar attack. Perhaps there's still a little bit of a blood grenade slow. He looks like he might tick out. We'll see.
Is it because the boar is about to shoot out another attack? Or?
I think it's a little out of range, but you see the AA projectile is in range, is flying right now. So
what about where's the boar's at? It's just hit.
It's too far, so it hasn't attacked. Yeah, it just hit before. I think he might live because of the armor from the tower. He's at 7, so we'll see. It's gonna be close.
I don't know.
If he gets a second hit, he dies, but if he doesn't, I think he might live. Either way, we'll see.
I think he's dead.
Okay.
Because even if he doesn't die, can't they just like run the boar under the tower and then Mirror in a few seconds can get off another chilling touch?
It's 8 seconds on.
That's a
long time. We'll see. Either way. This is definitely going to be another one of those where it's a Beastmaster versus either a Silencer or an AA in lane. Can definitely be a problem. They adapted, though. It's not the Nature's Prophet in the lane versus the Beastmaster. They switched to Tiny, so they want Mickey to have a better start of the game. Sure, he was able to make the godly recovery in that last game, but you heard it from Jams himself. That probably wasn't supposed to happen. But looks like there's a change of the mic.
Change of the mic, okay.
Nightfall.
Okay, we'll get that sorted.
And let's see how Nightfall is able to do on the Sven. We saw Mickey the other day really struggle in the lane, but that was versus a very difficult lane. This one, it looks like Nightfall should be set up for more success.
Yeah, I mean, do you like Sven at the moment?
Yeah, I mean, it's natural to way to rotate because your Ancients are right under you, right? So you can like go through the Ancients, go through the portal, take the other Ancients. There's a lot of cool things. And I think Fear was talking about this a lot, and I think a lot of us has been, is spellcasting supports are really, really strong at the moment as he puts the tree down to protect himself.
He's dead.
And then
first blood for Mira.
Good call. And he denies the boar as well. Couriers? Ooh. Almost able to snipe that one also on Mira. In this top lane, it shouldn't be as bad for Mickey by any means himself, but Insania very likely to have a very difficult start again. Mid matchup, Lorinov, he should do pretty, he should free farm in this one versus Nisha. See if there's going to be extra denies that Nisha's able to get with that Treant though.
And on this bottom lane then, with the last pick Sand King, so what is it about the Sand King that sort of bumped him down the list of priority when it comes to looking for an offlane hero? Like, what does he not do really that so many of the other offlane play styles can offer right now?
He just feels very, I don't know, his lane feels weak and he feels slower, a lot slower than he was before. He used to feel like he could actually pressure in the lane, get the caustic plus stingers going, but nowadays I think the 5 positions are maybe just too good for him. I'm not sure. He just really feels like he suffers way too much in the early game. It takes him really long to get online. But we'll see, because it's Saberlight. I think the reason they want for it is because it's his comfort, right? It's one of his most played heroes. He absolutely loves to play it. And maybe they didn't think that the other option that the panel was talking about was as good as one, right? They were mentioning the Primal Beast.
So far, definitely the slower start being that for Toronto Tokyo. I guess okay, he does have a pretty big wave with him here, so that will get him in good spot.
And the next wave, I mean, Insania's pulling it, but it's the kobolds, so it's not really a one that's going to deny any of it. It's just going to move the lane positioning, but might not even move the lane positioning much because of this double wave that Toronto's built up. See if you can get all the last hits out of the tower.
One in lane.
Panto.
It's going to be saved in. Nightfall holds back the two of them with the stun.
Being able to get aggressive onto the Jakiro is a big deal in the early game. As we've seen, this hero has secured almost every single one of the lanes as this 5. But so far, Saberlight's having 11 CS. Mira?
I want to try for him. Throwing down the blood grenade, but yeah, can't stay on target.
Lotus. Got an avalanche, but not going to be able to get over there versus Toronto. Silencer, yeah, it's a little better, right? It's like the Tiny is better in the lane versus the Beast and the AA, and the Silencer is better than the AA was before versus the Beast too, because he can actually trade a little more effectively. Of course, later down the lines, the summons are still an issue, but seeing Mickey 13-2, fairly decent time. Nisha actually the one ahead in these little bit of denies that he's been able to get versus Lorinov in this matchup. And another one actually that he gets there.
And do you like that Liquid switched that up then this time around, have Nisha on the Prophet instead so they can fit the Tiny in the safe lane?
Yeah, I think that was the whole adaptation. Like, Mickey doesn't want to start 0-4. I think he started 0-4 if I'm not mistaken, or 1-4 in that last game. So I think just wanting to have a better early game. Because that last game, I mean, Aurora completely took over the game. So I think overall Liquid does want to not be so far behind to start. Saberlight.
Try and turn here without a Boxy.
Nice
dead shot in. Panto should be going down above the stick charges, but Saberlight's got him.
Fantastic body blocks. Yeah, he's having a very good lane so far. 19-3, same as the Sven. Better than his counterpart of the Beastmaster. And Boxy also has 8 last hits himself, so they actually have 27 last hits down here on the two of them. Some might be small creeps, but either way.
Very close start so far. Nobody getting bullied out of the lanes, but we saw last game it was very clear that Aurora had the edge on all 3, but this time round, Liquid, they're matching.
Yeah, that little pivot, right, like you were mentioning. The Tiny in the mid, or the Tiny in the top lane and the NP in the mid is making that difference here. Just better matchups across the board. Insania chasing away Mira. Mira will be able to get the stacks. Does he get both? Looks like he will. So will Boxy, so... He actually does not get both on Mira. Boxy did get both, though. Similar efficient moves as Saberlight will be able to go back to those Ancients. That's another thing, too, that people, I think, when they're playing versus Sanking, they started to block his Ancients every time, and then he started struggling more, too. Going in aggressive, Saberlight.
He's going to turn towards him. They'll get the stun on him. Saberlight. He should go down. Yep, Panto will finish the job, and the room will be there for Nightfall to survive.
Panto. They're pinging, I think for the Nature's Prophet, perhaps. Nisha is very close to level 6. Wrath of Nature is going to be online. This could catch them off guard. Nightfall sitting at 300 HP. He's getting that healing up, though. Here comes the bounces.
It's not enough to kill him, but it will be enough to bring Panto low enough for Boxy to finish him off with a dead shot.
I think the first Wrath of Nature always catches people off guard. It just, especially if it's a mid laner, it comes so early. Does force Nightfall all the way back to base, though.
Middle tower is under attack.
Rune, Mira will be able to at least grab it. This is actually a rare situation where it's neither heroes that actually have a bottle in the mid lane.
Well, they're going to bring the extra support up top to maybe see if they could get the chance to pressure.
That pressure is starting to build up. Now that the levels are there for Toronto Tokyo, it's about to hit 5. You're starting to feel like Mickey is having a bit more difficulty stepping up. Insania as well. He's got boots, but it's a 700 HP silencer. If he gets caught on at all, he's just dead. Here comes the push. Get the drag. But they're holding that wave there. They have the board, they have the summon. Trying to continue applying pressure on this tower.
See what Liquid can do to sort of peel this off. That
Wrath is up in, what, 10 seconds? Maybe that'll be the call for them to try.
And maybe even looking to make a play down bottom whilst they know that the supports aren't there for Nightfall.
Lornoff is going to start hitting the mid tower. So Nisha, he can't really leave this lane. Which doesn't have to either. He can just always commit that Wrath to assist his allies. One for one shrine. I feel like for the first time today, I'm not seeing the first shrine contested by one side. And those stacks, they are at the ready. So what, a triple stack on the hard camp, I believe a triple on the Ancients also. And they're, yeah, just Sandstorm. And I'm seeing Boxy doing the tech that I was talking about. I'll wait for it in a second as they go on Mickey top.
Yeah, Mickey steps out a little bit, and it's enough for them to close in upon him. TPs are coming over, but they can't keep him alive. Mickey falls. It is a big connection there on all three of the heroes with that Nature's Wrath. Enough to take out the Chikira, dead shot onto Mira.
Massive.
They get the cleanup, Liquid.
So, I'll mention it because this is exactly what they're doing. I talked about it the other day, but Boxy's keeping the Courier on top of the Ancients. So he's giving vision so that the bounces will be maximum whenever bounces to those heroes. So you saw how much damage Nisha did. It was pretty much max damage on every single one of those bounces. A lot of people, I've mentioned it like twice the other days, but yeah, a lot of people talked about this tech at TI where you just leave a Courier over some neutral camps so that those extra bounces come out. And even, you see how Mickey's doing it too. So look at Mickey's Courier actually up in the dire jungle around the river. You see his Courier kind of floating there too to scout.
Bringing TP's in on the mid. Lornoff's going to step on the for Boxy, but he gets to pierce the veil off, and backups come in. Stabilize got the epicenter closing in over the walls. Lornoff burst strikes there. They bring the dragon down.
Great moves. I mean, Boxy, did he dodge the stun? I mean,
he did, yeah, with the pierce the veil.
Pierce the veil, right? Very nice move. Liquid responding accordingly. Nisha having a explosive start here. Top of the net worth. Mickey is slowed down again on the Tiny, but this Nature's Prophet is having an infinitely better start than that last game. And it is Nisha playing it this time. TP's coming in, considering for Tokyo, but opts against it.
Yeah, wasn't too happy with the setup from Mickey. If they can get him with the curse, though, and that might be a bit more appealing for Nisha to follow up on.
I mean, Insania a little bit low on mana, but if he sees the angle, perhaps. Panto is TPing up as well. They're calling for Boxy.
Yeah, they're ready to go for this to get the avalanche. Nature's Wrath comes in. Toronto Tokyo. It's another kill to be found here for Liquid. They're making the moves now. And getting away with these plays. And as of yet, Aurora not really able to quite match the pressure here in this early game.
It's a much different game. It feels like from Aurora how they want to posture aggressively. Toronto has been slowed down. Even though Mickey has been slowed down, the adaptation in that lane is definitely working. Nisha very farmed in, yeah. The Couriers, they keep moving them. They're just going to keep doing it. So I'll try to keep track of them whenever they're scouting the neutrals to get those maximum bounces on the side of Liquid. And Saberlight's been left alone for some time. He got to get his Vanguard. He's got phase boots finished up. So he's going to be pretty tanky.
I mean, because with these early plays coming out from Liquid, what's sort of Aurora's first attempt at trying to go for actually going to be looking like? Are you just looking towards the Blink Dagger time?
Yeah, more enough Blink.
Really? Yeah.
They'll have the synergy with Blink, and they have the Helm of Overlord for Toronto Tokyo, but not easy for them to just set up for these pushes versus the farm that the Sand King has at this moment. He does get found alone bottom.
He's got the Burst Strike, but yeah, won't save.
Yeah, overall, the way that Liquid can defend towers this game, it's much easier. They can either have the Sand King just sitting there in the Sandstorm, they have the Wrath bounce through, and then they have much better ways to follow up. Much better early game from them, and they just continue to get these stacks going. Nisha is very farmed. Matching the Sven still at this moment. Nightfall has been left alone for quite some time. So he is top 2 net worth, still having a very solid start to this game. There's a lot of things that can trip him up, though. You know, Liquid does have a lot of disables this game. Yeah, Saberlight ahead of his counterpart. You know, he's having a better start than Toronto Tokyo.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Bottom lane, Aurora, they're probably not going to want to turn up and try and defend this.
They're going to make
Panto's out.
Blink. They want to find Nisha in particular, but if they can find Mickey too, that works.
Yeah, either of them works for them.
Yep. The line is drawn. As soon as they see Mickey, because they see him, they're probably going to go for him.
It's the safer play.
Yep.
Let's go for the guaranteed opportunity.
3, 2, 1, blink.
There we go. Dragon Tail, Ice Blast, Ice Path, nothing to be done. Mickey goes down.
Nightfall. On the flip side, they are scouting him. Insania does see him. They don't have a blink to close the gap, though. He'll be able to get himself away. Tower will drop.
Yeah, look at the trade top.
And they might get the trade mid, too. Lornoff just blinks forward to hit the tower with that M damage. Liquid looking to set up a gank instead of trying to defend the mid tower. They want to shut down Toronto Tokyo more. Slow down the speed of that Helm of Overlord, since he has shown that he's going down this route this game with both his facet and the build.
Can they get that catch, though?
They don't have a blink, so it's a little difficult for them to
Sort of
close
a walk
the gap.
up and burrow strike, really.
Yeah, and he breaks on Saberlight. They'll settle for Panto. Toronto Tokyo will say thank you to his Jakiro, tanking the gank.
Dire are scanning.
Mick is struggling, though. Nisha is having a really good time, but yeah, Mickey's farm, it has been slowed down a lot. Seeing him, between him and the Sven, it's what, almost nearly 3,000 gold difference. Nightfall, able to just hit these Ancients freely. So far, not getting contested much at all. He's almost level 12 also. And Nisha, he's going to be the true carry.
He really is, right. That's the thing. You know, even if the Tiny doesn't have this crazy net worth,
it's not that
your
big.
Nature's Profits at the top, you're in a happy spot.
I mean, last game, too, they were just, losing control of the map quite quickly. This time around, they've stabilized things early on. It's 14 minutes, and they've only lost the one tower. I think Saberlight might... I don't know if he finishes the Halberd. I kind of want him to get the blink before it. Then they can look to make aggressive plays on their own. Otherwise, they kind of have to make the counter moves in most situations until he has a blink.
I guess it depends. Maybe they feel that they don't need to be too proactive because they do have this Nature's Prophet.
Saberlight. And they close the gap. The blink gets cancelled. But he's still going to get caught.
Now, global. That should give indeed time for Saberlight to be perfectly fine, and indeed with the dead shot coming in, they'll actually end up picking up a kill themselves. So able to keep their Sand King safe and get the opportunity to find a kill. So at the same time, top, they get the Sprout on Toronto Tokyo.
He's
Use the Roar to try and get away, but indeed the Avalanche comes in. He'll go down. Liquid.
Heads up moves. Nisha able to contribute in both sides. That Wrath, and then being able to just TP top. He's got the Mjolnir done, and slowing down the momentum more and more of Toronto Tokyo. That Helm of Overlord is getting delayed.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Tormentor, 15 seconds.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Liquid can set up for it a bit easier, it feels like, at this moment, because the NP can TP in and the rest of the team is in the area. What's the next call for Aurora gonna be? There's the blink. First Saberlight. I do like that he did this instead of Halberd first. You can still go Halberd afterwards.
Sure.
Yeah,
just having it ready for the next team fight.
You always want somebody with a blink dagger when you have global on your team. Like it just synergizes so well for the blink initiations. Playing in the area here, waiting for his team to be able to join over. And for Aurora, looks like it's just going to be farm till BKBs on the two cores and go with Helm of Overlord with that. An Ice Blast being sent toward that Tormentor. Actually had a pretty decent time as well, too.
Oh, this might be
pretty big one.
Quite annoying, yeah. Careful now.
They got to stop it.
Yep.
Can they swing down?
He's probably going to...
It's close.
My goodness, he took a couple of hits there from being in the AoE of that Tormentor. But will survive.
And now they can swing down themselves. The Helm of the Overlord is coming, and that was a huge...
Yeah, that might have just done it for giving them a chance of having the ability to challenge the Tormentor.
Yeah, they might be able to get it themselves now. Arcane Rune on the Sven, Saberlight. So be careful how he shows himself here. There's the scan, Liquid. Expects this move to come. They're going to bring backup.
See who they can find first here, Aurora.
I mean, this is all of Aurora.
So what's on the high ground? Oh, he's going to jump past them. He's able to get away with the burst strike, but no, Lornoff's able to follow up with the Dragon Tail stun.
Now it's awkward, though, Lornoff.
Ice Path holds back Saberlight. He can't get in range with this Epicenter.
Oh, that secondary stun from the Ice Path still lingering. He waited to pop it. That is an Epi used. Aurora? Still hesitant to make the play. Liquid looking for the fight themselves. They have full information. This ward scouting everything.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And they didn't find it. They only found the sentry, so Liquid's getting the wraparound.
They're going to look towards Nightfall. Global silence, pop everything on towards the carry, trying to eliminate the Sven. They've got him. Nightfall's gone. And they could try and turn for more. Panto to get caught. Aurora, they have to run.
That ward, it's beautiful. And the catch, Toronto.
Okay, dead shots there. They
got a stun.
For the twin gate, they will. Again, Boxy.
What a shot.
Indeed, max range there, coming in, clipping him around the twin gate.
And now they'll get the Tormentor. The AA Blast is coming again. Is it going to be able to get some cleanup hits?
Oh.
Not quite.
I mean, it's still going to be annoying.
It'll be annoying, but they're fine.
But indeed, they'll survive through that. And Boxy, we see these Muerta players nowadays, they're just a little bit too good.
And this ward in particular, right? The one that it lasted full duration. That was placed on Sanya earlier.
He's gonna get the jump on mid. Nisha. That's gonna be a free and easy one there for Lorinov and Panto. Something here for Aurora to find a bit of a strike back.
First time Nisha gets caught. Top of the net worth will get slowed down. Can they turn it into more? Aurora. Ideally wanted to catch another one, perhaps with this DK, but looks like it's not going to be the case.
Yeah, difficult now with the Halberd complete on Saberlight. Will be ready to turn and stop them from being able to finish them off, whether it's Lorinov or Nightfall.
And Nisha, he knows that there's vision there. He actually is calling it as we see that TP.
The dead shot.
Boom. It's a beauty. Saberlight chasing away Aurora out of the jungle. Team is connecting. Global's down for 20.
Saberlight's
Nightfall.
He's going to walk right up into them.
His BKB's being delivered.
They have the avalanche.
But he's already dead.
Combo, and he's gone.
And he popped the BKB.
He did. That was rough. I mean, they have to try and bail everyone else out of it. They're able to use the Roar to try and run Aurora. They do end up getting Saberlight. So it's something, but yeah, a bit of panic there for Nightfall. He's just sort of walking around in front of them all.
He got comboed too. He got hit for way too much damage before he was able to get it off. He got Avatos comboed into a huge Wrath of Nature. He was at like 20% HP, pops it and dies instantly. That's the first BKB usage by both him and Lorinov. Lorinov will at least get the kill on the sinking, as we said, but that hurts Nightfall. I mean, he had a rough game last time on the Tiny overall in terms of like how the game was. He's, Toronto Tokyo was having such a good time. This time he's 0-2. Still, he's very farmed. Yeah. Back to back getting caught.
And just the overall gap between anyone and Nisha. It's only going to keep growing. Liquid and their Nature's Prophet players, pretty good at winning the games.
Smoking up. They know those BKBs are still on cooldown. They're going to look for another grab. They have Epicenter. They have Global. Lorinov, they saw him. They're cutting him off. He's looking pretty dead.
Yeah, BKB still cooldown for 25 seconds. Good Sprout blocks off any chance of him cutting his way to safety. Lorinov's gone.
Liquid playing very clean here. Aurora starting to get a bit sloppy here. They've got to be careful in these next few moments. Got to be careful with these BKB usages in particular. And Roche shifting toward bottom.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Liquid still have, for the next fight too, they will have that Global still available.
They will. They're not even have to use everything to make these moves right now.
And they're going to get the Roche themselves versus that Beastmaster draft, so things continue to look up and up for Liquid.
I mean, what's the play from Aurora going to be? I mean, that first BKB, as we said, did not go great. Do they just have to try and get out again around the BKB on Nightfall?
Yeah. I mean, they ideally wanted to have a big timing with the Helm of Overlord plus double BKBs, but it's just not been the case. Liquid has actually just been controlling the state of the game, even when they got those timings. And now they've got an Aegis on Mickey. He's not that easy to bring down by any means. Now at this point, he's 2,800 HP, and he's got this Aegis. He's going to have the Yasha finished up too. He's going to be able to start joining a lot easier with this team. Things definitely starting to feel a little problematic for Aurora. Man, wondering what that next timing is. I believe, is that a pipe coming up? Toronto Tokyo has completely pivoted his build, right? Rather than going for like the Ags full carry kind of stuff, he is changing the support cast Beastmaster this time around.
And all the more pressure onto Nightfall and Lorinov to be that sort of scaling carry. And Toronto Tokyo wants to sort of put his stock in just keeping the team alive.
Let's see where they want to go. Another catch. Another kill. Can perhaps look to pressure here. Nisha still in the area with the tree. Maybe he just farms, actually.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Getting more out of the map here
Radiant's
as time goes
top
by.
tower
Liquid
is under
actually
attack.
shifting also to perhaps make another move. Maybe expecting that they can find Nightfall. Hey, Nightfall. They might run right into him.
Is under attack.
They saw him for a second.
Catch, yeah, they know roughly which direction he's farming within.
Seems to know himself. He's joining his team. Perhaps they're going to smoke themselves. They've got the pipe timing. So now they do have another big one on Aurora. That pipe.
They've got a chance to
Let's
turn.
double BKBs.
Yeah, if they can get the God Strength for the BKB off, they can fight back Aurora.
It isn't Aegis though, so it does make that extra element of which target do you want to prioritize with the AA blast.
Boxy. Do Liquid just want to let Boxy die?
They throw the roar out. Okay. We wanting to be sure that he does get brought down. Nightfall gets a good kill streak from it.
The dust on Mickey. That's connection as well. So they won't go for the blink.
It's a roar used just for a 4 position. Probably need to just back up and farm. Yeah, I don't think you can go for another play without the roar available.
Highly likely that Liquid can look to just try and get back at them, especially when Boxy's back up in 10.
Yeah, they've got everything available. They've got global, they've got all the team fight, and
Okay,
Toronto, Tokyo.
he's going to find the setup. Nisha in with the follow-up, the pipe. It's not going to save him.
Feels like the Liquid hits just are hitting just better every single time in comparison to Aurora. Finding those bigger kills. BKB soon to be finished for Nisha. They were able to get a sneaky ward down, Aurora, while they did make that smoke movement before. I wonder if it's going to get taken out. It looks like Boxy might know.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Maybe not. He's just stacking. Just kidding. Bottom tower drops. The Tiny and the Nature's Prophet able to quickly clean that one up. No response from Aurora.
Maybe looking to play around this ward here.
Anto.
Sepulite doesn't want to go yet. Meanwhile, Lornoff does get the jump kill onto Boxy.
Nisha TPing in. Mira not going to be able to TP out. Lornoff.
They can punish
He
this.
doesn't have TP for 5 seconds.
He's going to put the BKB.
He has
TP
no
up
mana.
now, but indeed he's trying to tread switch, but it's still not enough mana to TP.
He is caught as well. Not worth it. They get the 4 position, but they reveal their ward, and they both get killed for
And
it.
they're using the BKBs. Bottom.
Okay.
Okay, he's pretty far, but he's got an Aegis.
And he's got global coverage.
And indeed, he's got the global. Nisha's ready to TP over and help out. Mickey will get the toss back into the avalanche, keeps them held back. Nightfall trying to come in from the side, puts the BKB, gets it with the God Strength. They've been able to cut down the Tiny that wants.
whoopsie.
Turns towards Nisha. Nisha's gone.
The Force Staff.
So they can go for round 2 onto Mickey. They've got the dust at the ready. And they keep chasing this down here. They're going to have the curse slowing them down a little bit.
Saberlight's connecting. They saw him.
Mickey's thinking about getting back in on this with that. Whoa.
Awkward stuff coming out there.
Yeah.
The forced Hurricane Pike from Nisha, and then I believe that Insania
Forced at the same
staffed him right
time.
back in. A little unfortunate there. Saberlight also just walked through the tower, so they actually saw him
So they're going to run right. They
instead
don't,
of him being able to get a setup too. So yeah, they're going to run and disengage.
there's no way they want to try and keep this going if you're Aurora, right? And you know there's this Sand King coming with the epicenter.
That's a big kill. I mean, Nisha has been still top of that net with. That's only his 2nd death that they're able to get there. Out of a bit of a slip up there from Insania.
I mean, the cores were pretty far out, right?
They were incredible.
You know what I mean? Mickey's kind of pushing around here with the Aegis. Sure, he's got the Aegis, and he said he trusts in the global, but
It still was very deep.
there's a bit of a risk.
Yeah.
Cost Nisha his life.
And let's see if they can get out with the rest of them. Because they have Saberlight behind. Don't believe that Toronto Tokyo is going to want to charge in on his own.
Well, he's
It's a crazy move.
he's not going to put himself in danger.
If Nightfall was healthier, perhaps. But yeah, Nightfall is just way too low. Striking back.
Yeah, definitely seeing sort of the potential still of the Sven. You know, sure, he might not be on the same level as Farm as that of Nisha, but when he gets that God Strength off, he's hitting pretty hard. Still sticking around in the area. 25 seconds until they've got Nisha back.
Liquid still posturing as if they want to go aggressive here. They don't have global. They've got the Epi. Boxy.
See? Put the blast onto him.
He's got Glimmer.
He's going to get out. Now he can try and get the dead shot down onto Mira. The pipe has been popped. Is it enough to keep Mira alive? No.
And Boxy should be just fine. Now there's no AA blast for 40 seconds, Liquid. Can shove these lanes in. Nisha pushing in top. Bottom already pushed in, so they could look for another grab. They have this deep ward. It actually spots Toronto Tokyo. Mickey.
So we can buy time for the rest to close in. He can avalanche into toss. Toronto Tokyo uses the roar, but Saberlight.
He's got the mana only
Catch him with the burrow strike, ready to block him off. Nisha TPing over as well. Toronto Tokyo goes down again.
These wards, these sneaky little wards that Insania and Boxy have placed 2 times now are able to get some pretty massive kills for the team. Immediately, Aurora, they go play on the opposite side of the map to get themselves that extra farm. Yeah, those wards really catch them now a couple times. Level 20 up on Nightfall. Still is very farmed on this Sven. Oh, and he also, okay, this is nice. So he did, I was trying to make sure I point this out. He's keeping the Iron Talon. So doesn't have to have the Quelling Blade in his bag so he doesn't get sprouted, because we've seen too many times Sven's versus Nature's Prophet just get stuck. So we'll have the Iron Talon to cut the tree. Smoke coming out from Liquid.
A blast coming in early.
Does connect onto them. Aurora's still on cooldown, 15 seconds. Full Satanic on Nightfall. He actually even swaps in the Quelling Blade too. So making sure that he's got multiple ways to cut since he disassembled that mask. 5K lead now for Liquid. Able to avoid each other.
They can sell for the Tormentor here, Liquid.
Yep.
They do it nice and quickly.
They got the timer actually. They did get the timer this time. Saberlight will have the Gale Guard to protect himself, so that little barrier.
When Ice Blast in a couple of seconds.
Saberlight's got to blink out. They actually need a +1, it looks.
Yeah, they couldn't do it actually with the two of them.
Okay.
Is there an Ice Blast coming in? He's not doing it.
No, he's not. They got away with it. And Saberlight gets the shard. It's a nice one. It adds up. The extra bit of pulse damage. Smoke up, Aurora. Looking for a potential wraparound. A Liquid is not very healthy.
Nightfall is very strong right now.
Yeah, and Mickey is down to 1k HP right now. Can they find a catch?
Nisha would be a massive kill, but he's positioned very carefully.
Yeah, they seem to know. They were pinging where he was too, but they can't quite go for it. The Treant continuing to scout things. Nope. Plus 250 for Saberlight. He'll find the Helm of the Overlord, and they are getting a Lincoln soon, Owen. So similar to last game, but even more so this game, all 3 of the cores can get prevented to get a lockdown from that Lincolns.
They're big.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right. They were big last time. Beginning of the turnaround, and they could certainly be the same here this game.
He's pretty much
sort of cementing their advantage.
Yeah, Saberlight's very close to it. Nisha's queuing up the secondary one too, so they're gonna at least have 2 built up. Mickey probably doesn't need to go down that route. He can probably just stick for his own items. 7k lead. They continue to get the growth in terms of gold, in terms of control on the map.
And Lauren off.
We'll see him with the ward again. And is that ward actually out of range again? It is, out of the sentry. Oh my god. I think I've seen that like 3 times this game. Just on the cusp. Wrath of Nature. Lanes are shoved in. Liquid. See if they want to look for an engagement, or if they maybe wait for Mickey's BKB. He's very close for it. They're about to, double Lincolns and a BKB. So the next time in for Liquid, this next fight's going to be really hard for Aurora to approach. Have to find the wraparound, perhaps take out the global before it starts, but also just keep tabs of these Lincolns.
And Aurora's got to try and find some sort of way that Nightfall's able to stay on targets. Because if he gets kited by Liquid in these fights, it's going to be pretty tough for Aurora to get any sort of kill.
Yeah, he is the majority of that damage. Lornoff does have a Mjolnir this game, so did pivot from the Moon Shard from that last game. Gem now picked up for Boxy. Liquid just playing around this high ground. Yeah, double Lincoln's done. BKB for Mickey. They're looking very formidable now at this point. Scan comes out. See if Aurora wants to jump in. Lornoff.
Who can they find? They'll find Boxy. BKB's popped. They'll quickly look to try and kill him, but he's having to get the pistol off. They didn't even have enough damage.
And now the re-engage.
Yeah, now it's getting a bit messy for Aurora. What do they want to do about this now?
Nightfall did not use his BKB, so he still has it, but he's getting comboed.
I was going to say, he might have to pop it soon. Here we go. BKB, God Strength turns to Mickey, but Mickey's also got his own BKB ready to go. They could just kite Nightfall.
Nightfall.
He's trying to step up.
He's gone.
Toronto took a jumps in, but the Lincolns is there on Nisha.
Liquid just truly understanding how to play in this game again.
Yep. They're making it look very hard for Aurora to have any sort of hope in these fights.
It's like they're toying with Nightfall. He really wants to save his BKB, save the Satanic God Strength, etc., but he just can't stick on a target. The Lincolns comes out, and then they have too much burst for him. By the time he's actually there, he's like 10% HP.
How do you even play these fights now as Aurora? You know, they sort of made the jump on one of the should have been squishier targets. They couldn't even kill him.
I mean, that's 2 or 3 times, though, I've seen Boxy just bait them.
Yeah.
Right? Like, he's able to get the Pierce the Veil off, the Global comes out,
See it
to cover,
again
and
here.
they don't have damage.
Yeah, long off at this point, just yet not enough to threaten him. Boxy still with about a third of his HP, can put the Pierce the Veil, slide out, and then at this point, it's awkward, right, for Aurora, because they really want to try and make something happen. They turned up looking for this fight, but Nightfall, he can't do it on his own at sort of the front of it all with the BKB out from Mickey. They just kite him, and by the time Toronto Tokyo makes the jump forward, his carry's already dead. And now the base.
They push so fast. I mean, Liquid, they're about to hit 25 on Nisha, too. Well, he just hit 24, but very close to hitting that 25. Yeah, you can see. He got him. Like, that really was, that's a gotcha. You know, he's got this quelling to try to get out of it. It doesn't matter. There's nothing you can do when you just get burst like that. Rapiers are starting to get queued up.
Hell
I think
yeah.
they're understanding the state
Here
of the game.
we go.
Not
Not the most traditional rapier buy.
No.
And this early in the build, but it has to happen. Lorinoff knows he's had enough. He does not want to blink on to Boxy and not kill him during his BKB Dragon Tail stun, you know what I mean? The next time he's got to make sure he gets these kills. Rapier will do it. And he's pretty close.
If you can hit him. If Boxy gets the pre-Pierce the Veil off.
It's sure, if he's able to indeed
it's
dodge
really
the
sad.
projectile.
But she has been quick a couple times. Mickey, bottom, still has 3 minutes on this Aegis. Full dataless for Nisha. And he's about to hit that 25.
They've got to try and get this rapier.
They need it. It really, really feels like they need any big thing that they get. Not tiny thing, massive thing, really. There's no fights going in their favor this game.
See how quickly will he get it. He's going to have this creep wave top.
Okay. He's still a ways away from it.
I mean, they're going to know he's buying. Well, actually, they're not going to know he's buying,
think
right?
it's
Because they'll see the railing. Maybe it's a nullifier, you know what I mean? Then they might not expect him to go the full rapier way right now.
All right, Owen. Here he comes. Nisha, the level 25.
Oh, it's early this time.
One more creep, and he's pretty much got it done.
What's this guy? Look at this guy.
Yeah, he's cool.
What's this one? The Ancient Croaker. That's what this one's called.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one most people are taking now. It's the big AoE. Well, not big. It's a small radius, but it's the AoE stun.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Yeah. It looks funny, though.
Low mana, you can spam it out.
Yep.
Radiant are scanning.
Oh, I was just thinking about. I mean, I'm not going to mention it, actually. There's some cool combos I was just thinking about. So when it's in water.
Yeah, you were thinking of
Slardar. Hey, I was thinking the same thing.
He's like, yeah, he got 20% outgoing. Sorry, 16% outgoing now.
I knew. I
Make
saw
some
you
puddles.
mousing over it too, and I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, you could get some
cool.
Aghanim Slardar strat with this.
Push commencing. Here comes the trees. The banner is down.
Where's the rapier?
Not quite there yet.
It's not there yet. I'm gonna get this man some money.
The buildings. The melee racks. The hero creep is doing it. And now the
Okay,
hero
we'll finish
itself
off the job.
has finished it.
What do you do? Level 25 Nature's Prophet, what do you do? What do you do against this?
Need to do some big simultaneous jump up. Blink Dagger has been purchased for Nightfall. He's hoping to be able to actually hit some targets. Okay.
Jump! They're gonna try and burst Mickey. They'll be able to do it the once.
They didn't pop BKBs either, so they're holding them.
So they can do round two. Deadshot will push him back. Toronto Tokyo's in, gets the roar up, but the force is there in the glimmer. They keep Mickey safe.
That's a lot expended. They may have not used the BKBs on the cores, but that's both. I mean, that's all 3 ults from the cores. Dragon form going down, God Strength ticking away as well. So Liquid backing up and resetting to wait for those to wear off. Yep, and there's your God Strength. It's gone. Rapier.
So close.
Very close.
Let him get his rapier.
But he doesn't have Dragon Form for 30 seconds, so Liquid, they're going to go back in.
And there's the jump Saberlight. He's going to try and get over the epicenter, but does make a connection with the Burrow Strike. They turn towards him, but the Globals pop there to force Nightfall back to safety.
But the buildings...
Base is there for Liquid to get the objectives. The second set of racks is taken. Ronos tries to lean forward. He's got to be careful. Gets hit by the break hit. The right click's coming through for Nisha.
Oh my goodness.
He's got to run. He'll survive.
And actually, did they glyph after the Raxes were dead? I think they did. Okay, cool.
All right, yeah, it's on cooldown.
Yep. So Liquid, they'll back up. Quite a bit expended there from Aurora. Liquid can reset for anything to come in and... Oh.
He got the nullifier.
So I think what he's thinking, though, is if you saw what happened there, the double force stabs and all that, he's thinking maybe because he can go for... But yeah, either way, they need something more explosive, it does feel like. Dagon's starting to get queued up. Mira has his soon at the ready. But it's not going to be ready for this push that's coming in. See if Liquid wants to fully force the issue or play patient. Butterfly now finished as well. I mean, Nisha is 6 slotted. And one of the best items, we mentioned multiple times, for something like Sven, does not like to slot the MKB in, and he also just, he can't really. Unless he wants to sell the Revenant's Rouge, which might be something he has to do. All right, Liquid, yeah, they're chilling. They just back up. Everybody gets another set of items to be delivered. They're going to wait for this Tormentor. Or they're just going to play it safe early on the map in particular. Maybe wait for that next objective. Because Aurora, they are truly trapped in the base now. It's a Nature's Prophet level 25 with double Raxes already claimed.
And not easy for them to go anywhere right now.
No. Through control. She'll grab a shield and a illusion.
Radiant are scanning.
And here comes those pesky treants down toward bottom. They have a ward to scout them, but it's gonna get a hit or two off. Toronto Tokyo has gone the Dagon.
They've got to have it. Can't let these treants hit.
Here comes the push.
Yeah, they're ready to go, Liquid.
Looks like they are not waiting for that next objective. They want to close it out. Take that next big fight. Nisha, as we said, I don't know how they do damage to him at this point.
Yeah, they're all just so massive.
Yeah. Double Lincolns to cover, and his damage is, He doesn't even need to just use the tree for the push. We always have to say that, too. He has plus 400 and something damage when that tree is near him, when he's amongst those trees. Ags Jakiro.
Gonna go now. Getting all these waves shoved in against them. Top Nightfall trying his best to scramble towards this MKB, but still a bit of a way away.
Do they want to back? I mean, they can back up to get the Tormentor or whichever. They're going to see Lauren off top, so maybe they just set up for the kill immediately. It's instant TP from Nisha and from, I mean, all 3 cores.
I know where he is. Is he going to go for the BKB TP out? There it is, but
There's
the
too much
damage! Far too much for him to survive through.
Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, Tiny hitting for 600, Nisha hitting for 600 with the Daedalus too. 70 seconds. He's got buyback. And looks like they will go for that Tormentor now. Or will they? No, they just jumped their okay, they don't care for it. Whatever. Or they didn't see it. I'm not sure. They probably just don't care for it. With 50 seconds, they want to get that push going, force that buy. Oh, it's an amp damage bottom, too.
Let's see what Aurora's response is going to be. Nightfall was not quite able to get that next time done. Mick is in. Space the jump. They get the follow-up burrow strike here on towards the 2 of them. They'll turn towards them, but the glimmers do keep them safe.
They force the buyback.
He's down. Nightfall. Moves in over towards Mickey. The Ice Blast pass over as well. Trying to finish off this Tiny. Mickey forced back to safety. He'll be fine for now. The Sprout down on the Nightfall as BKB's come to an end. Saberlight trying to bounce forward.
He does.
Him with the burrow trap. So Nightfall's able to turn with the Satanic, but the Fear Dead Shot pushes Nightfall back. They've lost Lauren off. It's a die back for the DK. They'll get back in, cut down the Sand King. Now look towards Nisha, but he just dies to Nisha. Mickey's back in with the combo on Toronto Tokyo. Double kill for Nisha. as he survives and he can TP out and reset.
He just stands his ground. Panto even dying at the end of it all there for Tanisha.
They're throwing out the buybacks, trying to deal with this final push that Liquid's been coming in with.
That was a cool play from Saberlight. The Epi into the bounce forward with the Ogre Seal Totem to set up for that dive play onto the Sven and push him out of position. Pretty cool stuff. And there's just no way. You see even the Sven trying to stand toe-to-toe with Nisha. Nisha just hits him right back.
If he was just kind of that, if he had that MKB.
If he had that next item made.
You know what I mean? A little bit further ahead, there would have been potential in these fights.
But even though it's a 4K HP Sven and he looks squishy, it's just how much damage Nisha and
I mean, they just do ridiculous amounts of right-click on Liquid's cores.
Treant.
Trying to Tokyo now, another buyback coming in.
I mean, he has to buy back to Dag in the tree. I think that's... No, just in case the fight does happen. But Liquid immediately with that buyback, they back up, reset. Roche
play it safe.
Yep.
Now why not? They're on the verge of winning the series.
Yep.
No need to let it slip away from them.
And look how much gold they have to spend too. Everybody has like 2,000 to 7,000 gold actually, I should say. Another Lincolns for Boxy. A-Blast only hits on Nisha.
Double global now.
Does he have the gold to sell the Revenants? He's under ward vision. They need this
MKB.
He needs it desperately.
I mean, you don't want to sell the Revenants, right? You have to sell the treads.
Okay. I mean, yeah. It doesn't give you enough gold. That's the only thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
Depends how urgent you feel.
I was like, I don't want him to sell it, of course, but yeah.
He should have enough, right? He needs 2,500. So a couple of waves top. It'll be close. So should be able to get it for the next fight.
Okay.
Oh, actually, he's teaming back already. Never mind.
I was going to say, the Treants are coming in. The March of the Trees.
It does mean he didn't manage to stay out on the map long enough to finish the MKB, so he's just going to have to try and find it from these waves coming in bottom.
They're giving him every one of these creeps.
He's so close.
The AA Vortex actually takes 2 of them.
250 gold away from the MKB.
Still playing into an Aegis, Andis. I mean, everyone's so massive at this point, too, so... I mean, it's what he needs, but is it really going to be enough at all?
Sure. I'm still going to have to take some massive slip-ups from Liquid, really, it feels like. 36k ahead. Double global.
Oh, yeah, Sania's got it at the ready. So hard to play, Bruce.
Oh, Mickey nearly finding a chance there.
All the waves being pushed in.
He's got the MKB.
Let's see what he can do. Another Dagon ready. Mira's got his online.
Liquid does feel like they can just go in whenever they feel like.
Whenever Mickey makes the call, whenever he wants to fully jump in with the Swift Blink combo. Here's down.
Mickey's in. Trying to get the set up. They'll put the globe up. The BKB's now out. Lorinoff backs away. The first global gone. They'll use the fortification as well to keep the rack safe. Sprouts in. They're in with the first strike. Nightfall's dead.
Dead in one stun.
He didn't get the chance to get the BKB off. He's gone for 2 minutes. As Liquid can take the objective. And we'll turn towards Mickey, take the Aegis out of him. But the mega creeps are out. And Aurora, they've got to try and hold on 4 versus 5.
They don't have damage. Buildings are falling. Saberlight.
Okay. He's ready to pick up some more glory here. Gets the toss back onto Lorinoff. Lorinoff's gone without buyback. Liquid cleaning this one up. GG is called. This game and this series, it's Liquid's.
All right, Liquid. This one just looked completely different than the last one. They were absolutely dominant during pretty much the entirety, it felt like. Maybe the first few minutes for Aurora, but afterwards,